Smash the like button. Double tap the screen if you guys are on mobile devices. I'm here with the one and only Super Blair Cobbs, the one and only, the people's champ. Talk to me, man. How are you, man? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Mills for Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters and Trainers channel, and most importantly, the People's channel. And we got Mr. Woo in the house.
Oh yeah, yes, yes, yes. Oh man, it's a pleasure. It's great to be here. It's great to be alive, and it's great to be on Mill City Boxing. What do we have here today? We got a lot of good stuff, a lot of interesting news, a lot of interesting fights, and a lot of interesting things that's happened over the course of a few years. Let's talk about it.
Let's first backtrack because obviously February 21st you got Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. Want to get your thoughts on that and the card itself. Want to get your thoughts on Zuffa Boxing and Dana White. And also want to get your reaction with Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, also the Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz. So I mean, these guys are obviously on their way up after Teofimo Lopez said he got defeated. He says he's going up to 47. So you hear Keyshawn Davis saying he wants to go to 47. And then you got, the guys that you're so familiar with, as far as Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia and whatnot. But let's get right to it. Let's get into Madison Square Garden sold out event, 21,000 people. Let's get into that card. Smash that like button once again. We're about to get Blair the Flair's reaction on last week's card. And then obviously, I don't know if you know, but Nick Ball will be fighting a little bit later on tonight, well, in like an hour. But let's get into your thoughts on Keyshawn Davis stopping Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round. What was your thoughts on that fight?
Keyshawn Davis is an elite athlete. He's a tremendous athlete, and he's doing a great job. Was that 140 division or 135? I know that he was like a
140.
lightweight, like somewhere in the 30s before he moved up to 140, which is great, and he looks great at that weight. I would say stay down at that weight and do what he can do at that weight class. But outside of that, he's a tremendous athlete and he's doing a great job.
Tell me why stay down at 140.
Because like his body is just not that big, and dealing with the offset of weight distribution and also dealing with like crazy killers out there that's like myself, like it can be troublesome getting to somebody like Devin Haney. Do I think that he can do very well against Devin Haney specifically? Yes. That's because Devin doesn't really focus on power as much as his speed and movement. That won't work as well against a smaller fighter. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. So obviously at the end of the fight, I mean, what do you think about the stoppage? The 12th round stoppage, you say?
tremendous stoppage. It was great, man. Like he's great at getting that body shot in, and man, like this there's very like few fighters that are that elite. Shakur being one of them. He's just that good. He's just that good. I've seen them train. I train with the guy. Like he trains in the same gym in Top Rank, and man, I see the type of training that they're doing. They're very interested in their training methods.
Yeah, actually, I seen a picture of you and Keyshawn in the top ranked gym. Matter of fact, now that you're saying that, um, do you feel like he's the goods? Do you feel like, I mean, obviously Shakur and him, they believe that they're the best fighters in the world. When you look at Keyshawn Davis, do you look at him as one of those guys that can go up and test himself and be a, possibly a two, three division, four division champ?
I think anything is possible. Absolutely. I don't see any chinks in his armor. Like most fighters, he's doing very well for himself. Um, Outside of just the charisma that he probably needs to work on. But outside of that, like, why not?
So you respect the call out with Devin Haney at welterweight?
Yeah, why not? Why not respect it? I mean, the thing is that like everybody's just trying to find a way, you know. a way to get around without getting crap. So like, it's like that'd probably be the best way if he could get that fight. But this Devin Haney has his hands full with the 140 to 147 division, and he's just getting up there. So I think that he should just, he would it would benefit him to like pump his brakes and slow down and slowly start to grow in that weight class that he just got to. But who knows, man? Who knows? Anything is possible.
You said earlier that he would do well with Devin. Tell me, do you feel like he could beat Devin right now?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Devin Haney is an interesting fighter. Like I've sparred him numerous times. I've gotten the better of him. But the thing is, like just like I could say, yeah, I gotten the better of Shakur. That doesn't mean that other people can pull ridiculous moves out of thin air. Like that was I'm a freak. That doesn't make no sense. I will do things that makes no sense. And I'm completely unrealistic. Like the things that I do is unpredictable. So like no, I don't think I'm not just gonna automatically assume that somebody else can do it just because I did it. You know what I mean? And that was just in hypothetical sparring, not real boxing. Um so I don't know. I don't know what if he'll be able to get to Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a bit taller now. He has a little bit of strength on him. Like if you get caught with him like and caught sleeping at the wheel, yeah, he'll catch you. You know what I mean, with something that hurts a little bit, and he's great at piling on rounds and getting those rounds. I don't know if Keyshawn can handle that, but from what I've seen so far, it looks like he can.
Right, right. Because we've seen on tweets of Devin saying, "I'll take the little brother before the big brother." Speaking about Keyshawn and Shakur. I mean, are those big fights to you when you look at that? I mean, I know that he sold out in Virginia in his hometown. Obviously a silver medalist coming into the professional. I think this is only his 14th fight. Um, what do you feel like these are mega fights for Devin? Do you feel like these are fights that we could really see happen? And yeah, do you think those are mega fights? Keyshawn Davis and Shakur and Devin Haney?
No, not really. That
No.
look, no, a mega fight would be me. Like my mega fight would be Ryan. A mega fight would be something that's a little bit more, whereas though like it's promotionally grabbing people's attention. I mean, in today's time, we don't really give a fuck how good you are as a boxer. Unfortunately, that's how it's become, and you better be a really good crowd favorite or have something more than just boxing to offer a major stable fight that can like pull numbers. You have to pull numbers in boxing. So like, it's very hard to like do that, in today's time because there's a lot of really good fighters. I'm telling you, great fighters that don't pull numbers, and it's a shame, but I think that they need it's possible. Anything's possible, but they definitely need to maybe work on a little bit more PR and things like that.
Oh, okay. More like getting out there more to the media and public more.
Yeah, yeah, things like that will probably help move them farther.
So you believe you and Devin would be a bigger fight than Keyshawn and Devin?
Yes, yes, like bar none. Absolutely,
Is it
absolutely.
because of like you guys have history and you're more of established welterweight? Is it more of the gear up and promotion and marketing gearing up to it? What do you mean by that? Because
It's
obviously
all
some
of it.
people are gonna listen to this interview and they're gonna be
It's
like, "What do
all of
you
it.
mean?"
It's all of it. It's all of it. It's the whole thing. It's the back and forth. It's the history. It's the story behind the story. It's the underdog that finally conquers the world. It's it's things about that fight that will captivate not just a boxing audience. there's things about that fight when they start to dive into the history of Blair Flair and then the history of somebody like Devin Haney. And there's things about it that will captivate and inspire the spirit of people. You know, the Rocky story, the everything. It's just too much to grab off the table. The whole Adrian Broner fight, which they wanted to have so bad, and they were trying to work out deals, but then they wanted to play games, and then I jumped on it as a huge underdog after a 2 year layoff, and then completely dominate. Not because Adrian Broner is off. This nigga is not off. You know what I mean? It's just the simple fact that like I was that much more prepared and ready for that fight, and seizing that opportunity. And like just the whole demographic signing with Don King. There's so much stories and things to go along with just that fight alone that no would Keyshawn's fight would pale in comparison. You know,
Mm.
you'll have a guy that's literally fought through all kinds of bullshit, and then the guy that's like had everything handed to them. You have the guy that has a fucking drug kingpin lord fucking father that did time, and like you had everything and then went to absolutely nothing and became nothing and had to build up to something. And then you have the other kid that's kind of had his father pay for his whole way all the way through. It's the opposites. This is the where the truth crosses. You know what I mean? When you have somebody like me and Devin Haney, that's when truth crosses. Whereas though, like, well, we're gonna see if you can start from nothing and become something, or you have to have everything before you get it. This nigga was already like stunting with like Lambos before he became anything. You know what I'm saying? Like he's he's been already created. You know what I mean? He wasn't forged. He's a created carbon copy of what we consider Floyd, and then you have something that was forged through fire, flame, through oppression, through ups and downs, through Mexico, through all of this shit. You know what I mean? Multi-identical, like identifying, a person that's gone through multiple different
Smash that like button. We can't hear you, Blair. Smash the like button. You're probably getting a call. Double tap the screen if you guys are on mobile devices. Let's go, baby. We're doing it on a
But
Saturday.
absolutely, but this is going to be it's going to be crazy, if that fight does happen because it's going to be one of the most impactful fights ever.
One more time, y'all. Hit that like button. He's getting a phone call. Salute to everybody on the live, man. Really appreciate you guys for rocking with me. We back with Blair the Flair.
Let me call you guys. Let me get with you guys back in a little bit. I have a big call with my lawyer on some things. Golden Boy owes me a lot of money. I'm out of here.
Hello. Okay.
I'll see you guys in a sec.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Come back.
All right, bro.
Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Salute to everybody, man. Let's get the call-ins. Let's talk some boxing. We got Nick Ball fighting soon. So you already know we gotta get to that as well. Salute to everybody on the live. Let's talk some boxing. Let's get into some of these topics and let's get it rolling. Appreciate y'all. Y'all can call in right now. Mill City Boxing on IG. All right, I'm live on IG. So call in. Just jump on my live and press join. Subscribe to Mill City Boxing on YouTube. Okay. Especially if you guys haven't done that yet. All right. So you guys can go out your way, call in on my Instagram live, and we're gonna get into some of these boxing topics. Salute to everybody on the live. I should have dropped this phone on the live, but we good. Um, WBC strips Shakur Stevenson of his 135-pound title. I need to know, what's your thoughts on that? Because there's a lot of people, they have mixed thoughts about it. You know what I mean? Got to get core on him, Mel, for sure, man. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson beating Teofimo Lopez, and it was a great performance. Tamed him with the jab, ensured that he can go up another weight division and conquer. You know what I mean? Lots of people had Teofimo Lopez being the best 140 pounder. He was there before everybody else, right? But what we really need to talk about is why the WBC is stripping Shakur. What direction is Shakur going to be going to? Um, do you want to see him at 140? Do you still want to see him at 135? I mean, there's a move out there that people haven't been talking about too. Shakur Stevenson, good friends and partners with, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has Lewis Crocker. I mean, imagine Shakur Stevenson going out his way to fight, to go to a fifth division. A fifth division. I mean, that would be dope. And the reason why I say Lewis Crocker, he's talking about weight clauses, right? So why not go for the IBF title? If you go for the IBF title, then you get your 10-pound weight clause. What's going on? Shut it down, Kiron Davis in the building. What's going on,
Yo,
Kai?
what's up?
What's up with you, man?
I just left the gym.
How was it, man?
I'm starting to get back.
You starting to get back?
I'm getting nervous for these guys. I'm starting to get back.
Oh man, yo, why you not training with Bread?
I am.
He too busy with Spence?
You always try to sneak. I see you. I see you. No. So what I always do before I go with Brad
Mm-hmm.
is I get myself together.
Cause he don't like
And
he don't like messing with you if you fat.
I'm not even fat. It's just I like to do a little like 3 week, 2 week, and then I go with him and we start. It's like a formula we always had though.
Okay, okay. What you think about your get back?
Um,
Damn, it's bad. When's the last time you been in the ring? 4 months ago? 5 months?
Longer than that, right? May was it May? It was May.
Mm.
Man. But boxing's so slow, it don't even feel like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Like, has Lauren fought again? No.
Yeah,
He
he
was on the
did.
card. Did he? Who he fight?
Remember, he was supposed to fight. He was supposed to fight Janabek, and then Janabek got tested
He
pot.
just fought.
Remember?
Yeah, he just fought. He just fought. Who else was on that card? What's that? On the card I fought. Who was the top of the card? Okay, Caleb was. Caleb didn't fight.
Yeah, it was Caleb. Caleb Ben Redendes.
Resendiz haven't fought again.
No,
I would love to fight Resendiz. I'll let it fight Cindy's. Um, so I mean, the boxing game in general just has been slow. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I'm right on schedule. I'm looking to fight soon. So
what happened? What happens if the team Zuffa League comes in and rings your phone?
who?
Zuffa League, the Zuffa League. Dana White and his team. Imagine they hit you
Oh,
up. You
Zuffa.
you switching
I
from
never.
PB
I have.
from PBC to Zuffa, and they paying.
Probably not. I'm in a business, man, always, but it's got to make sense to me. So I can't say yes or no. I mean, I'm in a cool situation, but you know, what I mean, we'll see. I can't really tell you that. I gotta some certain things gotta be presented to me. You know what I mean? I've been loyal to I've been PBC since my second fight as a pro, so
That's why I had to ask.
it had to make sense for me. I don't really like what they're doing with the whole like the structure of it. I don't like the whole uniform thing. I don't like how they could the catch weight. That's kind of weird to me. The just the way they're trying to make it UFC, kind of like in the box. I don't really like that.
Mhm.
I would have to if they ever hit me and I would be have to wager that things in when it comes to what the contract actually looks like for me. What does freedom look like for me? Like when it comes to making decisions.
Mhm.
what I would want. You know what I mean? Those type of things matter. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get in contracts, you have no control. With PBC, I've always had an ability to pick what I want to do. I've always had the ability to. I've never been locked into anything. They always give me decision. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to do this, you want to do that. It's always been equal communication. It's always been clear. Everything's been clear in the contracts. You know what I mean? So, and I'm loyal. So, well, it'll have to be a situation where it makes more sense for me in my career right now. You know, I'm getting a little older, and in this stretch of my career, you know, we want to make the best moves possible to reach the goal of being a world champion. So,
Big facts. Yo, Kai, I just sent you the link on your on Messenger.
what is it?
It's my YouTube because I'm on YouTube right now. Just jump on my YouTube. There's more people on here. Smash the like button. We're about to have Kiron Shut It Down Davis joining us right now as well. And we also got the call in. So if you guys want to call in on Mill City Boxing on Instagram, you guys are more than welcome to tune in, ask some questions, get into the conversations, and get your take and all. All right. So we back. Yo, so what's your thoughts on the what is it? Mayweather, he said that he's suing Espinosa and Showtime for what 240 million? What's your thoughts on that?
I have no thoughts on that. That's not my money.
Yeah, but when you seen it, what you thought about it? Because it's like 10
When
years
I
later.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about. I don't know. It could be publicity, you know. Knowing, Floyd got something coming up. It could just be kind of getting his name, just kind of in the orbiting in the scene. I don't really know what that's about though. I don't know. I haven't read much about it, but I've seen it. I don't know if is he suing Al Heyman too?
No.
So who
Espinosa and Showtime.
for what? Stealing money or something?
Yeah,
Hiding money?
some weight. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they always seem like they had a great relationship, so I don't know.
Yeah. I seen some two journalists interviewing him on Espinosa and Super Bowl week yesterday. They asked him about the question and he said that everything is good. It just he was shocked, but he was saying that with all the fighters that are representative, I have a great track record of being able to give the fighters the money that they want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't know, very fishy, but I always wanted to ask a PBC fighter to see what their thoughts was that
I mean,
because there's so many rumors going on. You know what I mean? There's limited fights every year. What do you feel? Do you feel like there's like we getting less fights every year?
um, I think that boxing is in the transition. I don't think the fights being limited is on purpose,
Hmm.
but I think that there is a transition going on and there's a shakeup, especially with Turkey coming in and a lot of fighters are under contract, but not as verbal contracts. So it's a lot of wiggle room. So you got guys moving over and doing things, because legally they can. Um, it, I don't really know what this say. I mean, Showtime had a great run. Um, I, the times that I've fought on Showtime, I've been treated fair. The times that I've been involved in Showtime cards or when I fought Benavidez on Showtime, everything was always fair, and clear. So um, we talking about a different league of money though. When you talk about a guy making six figures and a guy making eight figures, so it's a difference. Eight figures and nine figures, on some of them fights um that Mayweather had. So
Yeah, because when they presented the Zuffa League, I know you've gotten paid pretty good money, like in a few of your fights and stuff. And I was
yeah.
figuring that Zuffa League would be kind of a league of that type of payment. Six-figure payments for a lot of fighters versus seven figures for the top 2% of boxing.
Yeah, but I think it also limits. I think it puts you in a good. I honestly think it puts you in a good space to be good, but it kind of limits you when it comes to being super good. The way that I've seen it, like it seems like there's oh these are the minute these are the this is what guy this is what you're making. This is what you're making. But in boxing, you get one win and you can make $10 million your next fight. You know what I'm saying? You've seen guys like Maidana do it. Beat Adrian Broner, then he's able to make extreme like crazy money with Mayweather. Where if you're in a league that has like, yo, this is what you make and this is what you make no matter what, I mean, it puts you in a good zone, but then it takes away from certain fighters being able to like really get paid, you know,
Yeah.
because that league is not really for superstars. You know what I'm saying? Once you're a superstar, you don't really would need a Zuffa, you know. And it kind of and it takes away from the personality of a fighter. I think how they're doing it is so structured, and it kind of takes away from the what makes boxing better than UFC. And it's always been a flavor. It's always been a swag of boxing. It's always been like the um the charisma that certain guys have in boxing because of they're able to come out to certain music. They're to be able to wear sponsorships and be able to wear certain things that identify with them. They're able to talk a certain kind of way. They're allowed to move a certain kind of way. The ring walks has always been like iconic, especially with Showtime era, the and HBO era. The walkouts were amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes you think about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now that is true. You ain't gonna get no famous rappers, all them
Yeah.
rappers walking you down or
And that bill, especially when you talk about social media presence, you talk like let's talk about like this buzz just pop culturally. Guys like Javante Davis who got Little Baby come down, and some guys might not know who Javante Davis is yet, and then they know he was with Little Baby, so now they're Javante Davis fans. It ties everything together. But I mean, I think it is good for certain fighters, especially that haven't reached a certain level where they have made great money yet, or maybe older guys who's trying to get their last few paychecks. So
yeah, and it gives it just more control at the end of the day. And some people say that there's certain sponsors and certain people that don't want to be in boxing due to the fact of how boxing is ran. They don't see there's not much money being put in. So when you look at stocks and all that stuff and guys that are want to be invested into it, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely weird, but um shit, imagine though. Imagine you couldn't listen to the music that you want to listen to walking down.
yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little. I think it's. I mean, that's always been boxing. It's always been boxing, and it's a little weird to change that up. So I don't really like that part of it.
Yeah, because boxing and hip hop they kind of go hand in hand, so that kind of limits
Well,
that a lot.
boxing, boxing and pop culture.
Pop culture,
Yeah,
yeah,
pop culture. I would
can't
call it
forget
pop
about
culture.
that. Can't forget about that. Um, what you thought about the Madison Square Garden card with let's start with Shushu Carrington, 126, now the WBC title holder. He going to be looking at Nick Ball in an hour or two um, to unify. But yeah, what do you thought about his performance against Carlos Castro?
I think that he showed great resilience, championship pedigree when it came to like being able to weather a storm. He was hurt pretty bad with a shot, and he was able to recover, and he was able to gain his ground and win. You know what I mean? Shout out Shushu for that. Being able to pull out a fight like that. I think that he has a. I mean, he's a champion now. The sky's the limit of what he's going to be able to do. And the 126 division has some guys coming up from lower divisions. If he can continue to make the weight, he can make a little run, or he can get in some real good fights that are competitive, make some money. Um, I do think that 130 start when you go to 130, it starts to get a little more challenging with the opponents. And 130 and 135 is blazing hot. So
Yeah, you're right. Guys like Oshaki Foster, a lot of these guys they could, these 135 guys, you're gonna see them at one. No, the 130 guys, you're gonna see them at 135
yeah,
eventually,
yeah,
regardless. Um, yeah. So I don't know. You think he could beat Nick Ball?
I think he can. I'm not really huge on Nick Ball, but I think that he's good. But I'm not like I think that him and Shushu will be a good fight. I think Shushu will win I think Shushu will win that fight.
Yeah. Nick Ball's a real deal too.
Yeah, and I think he can fight, but something about the overseas thing that when those guys get over here, um, they don't always pan out.
That's another thing too. Is just like most likely you would see him probably go to Liverpool.
Hmm.
Shoo.
Yeah, because of the metrics, but I mean that might be a Vegas fight. You know, he might be trying to get over here and get some of that American popularity. You know, so
Possibly.
America has always run boxing. You know, as good as the UK fighters have gotten over the years, America,
You got to
Vegas,
come out here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vegas is the mecca of boxing, and New York has always stand its ground when it comes to the biggest fights. You could usually got to come out here to get that pound for pound recognition.
You gotta, yeah, to solidify yourself. You gotta pull up.
Yeah, you got to pull up.
That's true. That's true. What do you think about Keyshawn stopping Jermaine Ortiz in the
Yeah,
12th?
I've been telling people all week. Keyshawn looked great, and I wasn't even a huge Keyshawn Davis fan at first. Just because, not for no reason, just I didn't, certain things, certain performances. I was like, maybe he's all right. I think maybe I'm not all right, but like maybe he's good, but maybe he's not as good as he say he is. But nah, he impressed me his last performance, and then this performance he impressed me even more. With his ability to be mean, his ability to stay sharp, and his ability to like finish. So nah, shout out to Keyshawn Davis for being amazing. That's the name, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He definitely gives you them like Terrence Crawford type of look sometimes.
That's the first thing I said when watched his last, like the way his punching, the demeanor on his punches, the whipping on the punch on his punches, even his punch selection is very Crawfordish. I
And the
think,
way they come off too.
yeah, yeah, I see. They wear the same gloves. They wear the Everlast MX gloves, so they punching style is really similar. Uh, yeah, I think he has a good future. He's still working on some things. I see some things that what I mean. But every fighter's always working on some things. But he's high level. He's an A-class fighter. He's a world champion. He's a world champion type fighter. Like he's gonna be a problem, even in the fights that are gonna be hard. Or maybe he loses. You know what I mean. But it's always gonna be competitive because he's so good. But you got guys like that's in his division, like Devin Haney. You got Shakur if they ever decide to fight. You got Javante Davis. It's a packed division. Like when in that division, if you lose, it's not a really a big deal. Like you can lose like how Rolly lost and he can come back and you beat Ryan Garcia. Like that's a competitive division. Everybody around there is good. You know what I mean? Like when they fight and get in the ring, you might like Teofimo, he's a great fighter. He got in there with Shakur, and because Shakur style made him look like he made him look terrible. But then but Teofimo go mess around getting there with Devin Haney and look good, or mess around and getting there with Rolly and be able to stop him. You know what I mean? Like the division, just the division is. I think that was a bad style matchup. If we gonna go into that fight a little bit, like I think stylistically, Shakur was a terrible style matchup for him.
Yeah.
Where because Shakur does everything right and Teofimo does a lot of things wrong. And I think it was just a kind of a lesson that he was teaching him, like, hey, you can't do this. You can't jump in like that. You can't do that on me. You're not, you're not quick enough to just do anything. Where Teofimo, his whole career, he was able to just do what he's wanted to do,
Right.
even if when
Right.
it's not the correct way.
What do you think about Keyshawn calling out Devin Haney after the fight?
I think that's a good fight. I like that fight. I like that fight. I think that's a 50-50 fight.
That's a 50-50 fight. A lot of
A
people
good
are
fight.
saying that the experience that Devin Haney has in the pros, him having over 30 fights and Keyshawn having 14, could be a factor in the fight. What do
It
you
could
think?
it could it could be a factor, but it still be a good fight, and I want to see it. Keyshawn has some things about him that I think that the experience wouldn't be that much of a big deal, especially being around the guys that he's around. The experience that he gets in the gym is like next to none. The people that he's around and surrounds himself with, and he's always surrounded himself with
Top tier work.
top tier work and top tier minds. knows how to prepare for a camp, knows how to prepare for fighting. I mean, he knows he's on that level. And he's confident. He can be anybody with that kind of confidence.
Right, right. Um, Now when you look at Devin Haney, talking about possibly moving up to 54 to fight Xander Zayas. His dad saying that Xander is food for the Haneys. What do you think, man? Do you feel like that's true? Do you feel like Xander could be food, the unified champion?
I think
The
I think Devin I think Devin beats Xander.
mm, Talk
I
to
think
me. Why you feel that way? That's big though, won't don't you think? Him going another division?
yeah, but I think I can see him beating him.
Yeah,
I can see him outboxing him. Yeah,
outboxing him.
yeah, I can see him outboxing him. Yeah, I can. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. See, you can say a lot about Haney, but Bill Haney pays attention.
Matchmaking is good.
Yeah, he pays attention, and if he sees something in him, and I definitely see where I can see what he sees. You know what I mean? Xander Zayas is like one of the guys that like you can kind of see him thinking while he's doing what he's doing. You can kind of see him thinking. A guy like a great jab like Devin Haney, he can win rounds, a lot of rounds with that jab with Xander Zayas, and he's so accurate. And then you talk about experience with that. He has way more experience than him. Um, Devin Haney's not a small guy, and and his father knows it. So I think that that's a really good fight. I actually think that Devin Haney. I will bet that Devin Haney wins. That's a good fight.
Mm. Now you was when you seen Shakur beat Tio. I mean, did you see it happening like that? Did you feel like it was gonna be a
Nah,
shutout like that?
I thought it was going to be like a 9-3, 8-4 Shakur, but I also seen a way where if Tio was quick enough to be able to disrupt a lot of that Shakur stuff, I seen it being a lot more competitive fight. I was favoring Shakur. But I thought Teofimo had a legitimate chance, but um, I was like right on my prediction, but I was wrong about how the fight was gonna go. He totally dominated. Tio never had a chance from the first bell.
For sure. For sure. Now, Tio says he wants to go back to 40. No, he wants to go to 47 after this fight. Do you feel like that's the right move? Do you feel like, going up another weight class would help him out?
I mean, maybe he go up there and fight Brian Norman. I think he can win that fight. Who else at 47?
I mean, you got Ryan Garcia, you got Devin Haney.
He could beat Ryan Garcia. That Devin Haney fight, he could win. Those are all fights he can win. Teofimo is still Teofimo. He Shakur is just Shakur. Teofimo is still Teofimo. Teofimo could beat all those guys on his best day.
Right.
Teofimo Lopez on his best day beat Lomachenko in his prime. You know,
Do you feel like he needs to possibly get another coach in there? Or do you feel like people are overreacting on, because sometimes father or trainer and fighter, they got like certain things that they say in the corner, but in the same time, people say that in this type of level, you need to be clear with your instructions to your fighter going into the fight.
I mean that's his son. Like he knows his son. That father and son relationship always seems weird to everybody else. If you ever realize it, and if you ever pay attention, the father son relationship always seems weird to the outside world. That's because when relationships are so close, we have such a bond in a relationship with somebody. Other people don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like you and your wife. It's things that you guys connect and understand about each other that nobody else understands.
Right.
Um, that's his son. My father. It's things that my dad knows about me that nobody's gonna understand. And it's also things that he tells me and talks to me about. People be like, what the hell? But I understand it. It's our relationship. That's his dad. Him and his dad made it all the way here, all the way where they are, as successful they are, as he become with his dad. I see no reason to abandon his dad. Bringing some extra help could help, but Tio been to the top level, of the top of the top. We're not talking about a developing fighter. You're not talking about a guy who's like trying to get to a certain level. He's been in that level. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't criticize too much because they figured it out together. You know what I mean? How many guys haven't figured it out? You know, with the best trainers.
Hmm.
And you know what I mean? I think he's fine.
Sometimes, like you said too, is like, no matter who was in that corner, most likely maybe Tio just wasn't gonna beat.
If anybody was able to get Tio to snap out of it, it was his dad. If anybody was able to get him to snap out of it, that same voice that Teofimo was hearing is the same voice he heard when he was a little kid. If that doesn't activate you, what else will? You know what I mean? That's the
Hmm.
voice that he heard for his whole life. We not used to it, but when his dad's saying to him, like, "Man, you blowing it. Like, what's going on?" That's the only voice that will be able to wake him up. Nobody else, no, he won't respect anybody else any more than he respects his dad in that moment. You know what I mean? His dad cares. That's why he was so emotional in the corner, because he cares about his son. You know, he knows how his son's gonna feel after the fight. That's why he's saying you're gonna hate yourself. Maybe we don't understand it, like, oh, we're gonna hate you, he gonna hate yourself. Why would you say it to a fighter? But he's seen his son in his lowest moments. He's seen his son go through a terrible breakup when he was married. He's seen his son in the lowest of moments. He knows his son better than anybody else. He's telling his son something. You stay out of my business. You know, I'm on my business. That's their relationship, and I think that Teofimo has had a successful career, Hall of Fame type career. Why would I change my trainer if I've had a Hall of Fame kind of career? I think I think people be in people business too much, but that's the world we live in.
For sure. That's definitely true. Um, as far as right now, the biggest fight in boxing with the guys that we have now, what do you feel like that matchup is?
Say it one more time.
Biggest fight in boxing.
I don't know.
Is it Devin and Shakur?
It's Canelo and Benavidez still
Still
probably
Canelo and yeah, they got a lot. Yeah, yeah.
probably still Canelo and Benavidez because, and I mean I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But that's still that's still the biggest fight. Any fight with Canelo and somebody else is the biggest fight in boxing. But Canelo is still the biggest name now that Terrence Crawford has retired. He is the biggest name in boxing, so it's got to be him and somebody else. I know we get excited as boxing fans; we want to see all the new guys come in, but he is still the biggest name in boxing. And then the second biggest name in boxing is Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis versus Shakur right now probably the hottest fight, the hot ticket fight. That's probably the sexiest fight in boxing, where you gonna have everybody come out and wear all their best clothes and spend their money and get them hotels and have a
Hmm.
good time. You know what I mean? That's probably the sexiest fight in boxing. It's Shakur and Tank.
Yeah. Now there's clips surfing around. Um, Crawford doing a couple interviews. He did an interview with Andre Ward, saying that if they offered him a hundred mil to do the rematch with Canelo, he said for sure. Now
Who? He
Crawford said
said he
that
would.
he would. He's like, for 100,000, you damn right I'm gonna come
You
back.
mean 100 million. 100
My
million.
my bad, 100 million. Yeah, 100 million. I damn right I'm gonna come back. So I mean, now you got Canelo just did the interview with Versace, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and he's saying that he wasn't himself. Thighs were all cramping up, and he needs to give me that rematch. I mean, is that the biggest fight in boxing that we could be looking forward to? And do you feel like that fight happens knowing that, he's came out like that and
I
Crawford
mean,
might want to just get it was easy, wasn't it? I mean, I don't want to say it was easy, but it looked
it
easy.
wasn't easy. It
It
wasn't
wasn't
easy.
easy, but it looked easy.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And if they fight again, Crawford is going to lock in like that again. Takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of training, a lot of his body took a lot of wear and tear in that training camp. To reload and do fake focus like that again, it's gonna still be a task. Nothing's easy in boxing. Canelo, is going to be more comfortable with the style, and the fight could be closer. He could land a good shot on Crawford. I think it's still an exciting fight, no matter how you cut the mustard. Those are two Hall of Fame, all time guys, all time legends of the sport. I would like to see it again, just because I like seeing greatness. Um, and I think everybody will tune in. You know, but I don't think that Crawford has to give it to him. You know, I feel like Crawford's at a good spot in his life where he did everything what people said he couldn't do, and then he did it, and now he can kind of ride off to the sunset. But if he want to go ahead and get that 100 million again, I think he can do it again. I think he can win again, but I think it's still gonna be a task. And he's gonna be the favorite, and Canelo's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, and I think it's still a great fight.
Is it a better fight?
A better fight than what?
Better fight than the first time? I mean, now that you got
Maybe,
Crawford, he's gonna
maybe,
come in with more
maybe,
confidence.
maybe.
Maybe come in there to try to stop him,
And
and
maybe,
that
and
might be
maybe,
the problem.
maybe he gets caught.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
yeah, so maybe a good, better fight, maybe not, maybe a more boring fight. Maybe Canelo slipped even more.
Right, and all he's saying is, maybe just excuses, because
Not
for
excuses, not excuses, but sometimes as a fighter, he might say, "I don't feel like myself." It might be age. He might said,
and you don't want to admit it.
no, 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 no. When a fighter slips, he doesn't know. That's why fighters fight past their prime. They don't know. I know it seems like you would know, but as a fighter, you don't know when you slip. Somebody got to tell you. It's somebody that you trust to tell you. So Eddie Reynoso would have to be like, "Hey, Canelo, you're not the same. I'm listening. I'm feeling your power, or I'm looking at your reflexes in the gym. You're not the same. It's not you. It's you. You didn't have a bad night. You're just not the same." He would have to tell him that. Fighters don't know when they slip. You can't tell fighter nothing. I had a bad day. I get it back. I go back in the gym. Like, you can't tell a fighter nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I had a bad day. They don't think that they don't understand a lot of fighters, and I tried this conversation with Brett, man.
It's
My,
ego
with
at the
my
end of the
coach,
day.
I had a conversation with my coach. I said, if I ever start slipping, tell me so I can stop boxing. You know what I mean? Like, be honest with me if I start slipping. Not if I have a bad night, not if I lose. Tell me if I'm not taking the punches the same. And but if I look like I'm not reacting the same. If I look like I'm slow, you take punches for a living. You know what I mean? It does something to your brain. Let me know if I'm not the same person. And he said, "Yo, I'm gonna let you know." He said, every time I asked him after the Logic Garcia fight. I'm like, I'm still me? Yeah. Okay. And because lately I always ask. I'll be like, I always ask. I'm like, yo, I'm still how I'm looking. I'm still me. Yeah. After I fought my last fight and I lost, I said, do
But
I
not
look?
everyone's like that. I'm sure not
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
like
But
that.
I'm just aware of it. So I know I don't know. So I'm asking somebody who I trust. After my last fight and I lost, I'm like, after about a month, I asked him and I had a real conversation with him. I'm still good, right? He like no. He said, nah, you just lost the fight. You had a bad night. I seen certain things in you in training camp. I seen certain things that you've been doing. He said, you still good. He said you had a bad night. He said, he said nothing low, what I mean, hang your head about. Like, you had a bad night. And that happens in fighting. That happens in the game. You had a bad night. You still got it. Am I all right? You know what I'm saying? I trust him. You know what I'm saying? You can still move forward. He said, you made some money. If you want to retire, you can retire. But if you want to keep going, you still got it. And
That
that's an honest conversation that you got to have
that's
with yourself,
deep.
and you got to have an honest and I'm self aware. Like, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm getting myself hurt. I have kids. Like, I want to be there for them. I want to be able to be present with them. I want to be able to live my life um, that I can enjoy. So you have to make sure you keep honest people around you, and you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Some guys, their careers end a little earlier. I've seen guys slipping and not look the same at 25. I've seen guys that can go all the way to 50, like Bernard. So you know what I mean. You got to be honest with how you feel, and you got to be honest with the people around you that's talking to you, and they're gonna keep you safe.
Mm, yeah, that's real. Because now tell me, if they do the rematch, I know you've obviously worked with both Canelo and Crawford, and everybody's asked you, even myself, about what your opinion was, and you said that you thought that Canelo was gonna win.
Yeah,
Now watching the first one,
that was
if they
probably my
do a
first,
rematch,
and I ain't gonna lie, that was probably my first like time that I was wrong in a minute. It kind of hurt my ego a little bit. I'm like, damn, I ain't been wrong in a minute. But I knew that if anybody could do it, Crawford could do it. And I said that from the very beginning. And then everybody copied me. If you peep, I was the first person that do. I'm the first. Look at other interviews. Look at the dates. I'm the first person that said, you know what I mean. I think that Canelo's going to win. But if anybody can do it, Crawford can do it. I was the first person to say that. And everybody started saying that shit. Everybody. I was like, that was everybody first. That was everybody go to sentence. And um. Nah, I did think that Canelo was going to win. I thought the size was going to be. I've been in the ring with both of them. For the people that don't know, I've been in the ring with both of them, and they both great talents. I've always Crawford is no joke. You know what I mean? And when I was in the ring with him, I felt he's a world class talent. You know what I mean? He's not even world class talent. He's a pound for pound great. And I always mad respect for Crawford, and it's not a lot of people that I pick over him. But in that particular fight, I did have Canelo winning because also he's a all time great, and I thought that the size he will be able to be more effective. But Crawford carried the size well, and I'm not, I'm I'm human, you know what I mean, and I felt like I didn't know that how great that Crawford would look at 168, but he proved me wrong, and that makes him even greater in my eyes. Mad respect to him.
obviously,
And when I see
he,
if I whenever I see him, I tell him like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because he's a super competitive guy. Even when we were sparring, he's super competitive. I remember one day I had a really good day, and he's like, "Yo, next time we spar, I'm gonna fuck you up." I'm all right, all right. Next time we sparred, it was a hell of a session. I was using their fight. I felt like a fucking fight. That's how competitive he is. I felt like
Mhm.
it was no longer sparring. If I was in a fucking, it was a real fucking fight. And at the time I was bigger than him, he was losing more weight. It was a good ass fucking sparring session.
Yeah.
Like like I'm like, what the fuck? He could turn it up. He could turn it up from day to day like that. So that level of greatness against Canelo, when I've been in the ring with Canelo, I've seen him rise. One day he's like, oh, like, is that still Canelo? And then next day you see him spar and he's dynamite. He's hitting, his reflexes is going. Those are both great. Those are both great competitors. And I mean, if we see him fight again, I think it'll be a treat for everybody who watches it. You know what I mean? Canelo's gonna try to raise his game. So I think that's still the biggest fight in boxing. I
And
still
who who do you
if you
think is
promise
gonna
on
win
that.
the rematch?
Um, I mean, I would have to favor Crawford for how he did it,
Yeah.
but at this point, I have Crawford winning, and if anybody can win after a loss like that, it'd be Canelo.
Oh, here we go with the shit.
It'll be the other way
You,
around.
you wilding with that shit. All right. So who would win in this fight? In your eyes, right? Because a lot of people saying that this is one of the big fights. Is Devin Haney
Shakur Stevenson, Boricua, ya tú sabes.
or him? The Boricua.
So you saying who? Were you asking me?
Who wins? Devin Haney or
Stevenson, Boricua, ya tú sabes.
the Boricua? Oh, this guy.
Shakur Stevenson, Boricua, ya tú sabes.
That
Nah,
guy.
I
That
think
guy.
that no, I think if if I was betting on the fight, I would go Shakur. I've always thought that Shakur was better,
Me too.
but I think it will be a competitive fight because they know
But
each
it's
other. So
closer now, right? Or no?
no, I
That
think.
it possibly could happen at 47,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
the way
yeah,
Devin's been performing.
yeah. No, no, no. I think that how he performed. You know what I mean. So I think I think that because his last fight when he was in New York, we know we all got mad at that.
For sure.
But how he looked at with Brian Norman, he looked great.
Right.
Um, I think that hmm. I think that I definitely would have Shakur the favorite. If I was betting, I'll be betting Shakur all day. I wouldn't bet Devin Haney unless the odds was incredible, and you know what I mean. I'm hoping that he wins. Um, I see that fight at like a mm, I see that fight like 8-4 kind of fight, so a lot more competitive than but I see like an 8-4, and I do see if Devin Haney's having his absolutely best night and Shakur is a little bit not focused, he can pull it out. Because not because he's so much better than him, because he knows him. They've had so many rounds of sparring. When you have that much familiarity with somebody, the fight can even get even more tight, get more tight. You know what I mean? He's gonna be comfortable. He's gonna know that he can take Shakur's punches. He's gonna be aggressive. Um, he's gonna know he's the bigger guy. He's gonna press the issue.
Right.
He has a great jab. He knows he's gonna let his hands go because he's not gonna be because he's been in there with him. It's familiar. Kind of why Shakur was so aggressive with Tio. He's been in there with him. You know what I mean? When you've been in there with a guy, you tend to be more aggressive because it's the element of surprise is no longer there. Especially when you got guys as technical guys. The more they know you, the more aggressive they get. That's why when you see a guy like Lomachenko, he'll get once he downloads you, and then later rounds he gets way more aggressive. And the reason why that happens is because for a technical fighter, a guy that plans first before they attack, when they know you and they familiar with you, they feel more comfortable. So I think that fight, a lot of people say it'll be boring. I think it'll be an exciting fight because they know each other so well, and they'll be trying to capitalize on stuff they already know. So I think it's a good fight. I do have Shakur winning like an 8-4 type fight, maybe even a 9-3 type fight. But I think that there is a window of the fight being a lot closer if Devin's having a great night.
Like I feel like the better timing is Shakur, which he's gonna get away with, probably doing more combinations and getting away with, being first. But like you said, Devin knows him. And
Yeah.
like hearing and then we know, like watching the little sparring clips that they had, you seen that Devin would try to oppose his will a little
Mhm.
bit. And hearing that Shakur wants a rehydration clause at 47 to fight Devin, it makes you think that are you still confident, or this is good just to get the media spinning, us talking all this, and it just builds up the fight even more. You know what I mean? I don't know. How do you take the rehydration clause for it? Because
I just think that when you get to a certain level, and I think that fans is just they don't. I don't. It's going to be hard for fans to understand this. But when you get to a certain level, maybe not. When you work so hard to get to a certain level in life, you don't just give the other person an advantage.
right.
When you get to a certain point when you don't need somebody, you don't just let them take advantage of you.
Wait, they don't need each other.
Yeah,
Devin and Shakur don't
yeah.
need each
They
other.
don't need each other. They've reached the pinnacle of the sport. So now he doesn't want to just give him an advantage. I'm gonna be moving up again and fighting you at your comfortable weight class and giving you an advantage so you can fight me when I'm the A side or I feel that I'm the A side. Nah, you can come down. I can fight you, but you got to give me something in return. You need somebody. You don't want that loss. You know what I mean? It's not on paper, but we know you lost. Like nah. I'm the bigger guy. It's an ego thing. Turns into ego. We're male fighters with egos. I was like, I'm not just gonna give you everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me that you want this, and come down and wait a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think that's that. I think that's what that's about. I think it's not really fair, but it's just like, nah, give me something. If you want this fight, then give me something to show me that you want this fight because I'm kind of doing you a favor coming up and fighting you. I already moved up a weight class. Come down to 140. You know what I mean? Come down to 140 again. Can you make 140 again? No. So you can't make 140. So you want me to come up there with you? So I could because you can't make 140 no more. You want me to go up there with you where I'm not comfortable at. Maybe you know what I mean. It's like saying, "Yo, fight me in the middle. Fight me at 145. Fight me at 144. You can't do that. Okay, then we're not doing the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that kind of ego thing. It's just they're not the same weight. Shakur can still make 135. Devin Haney couldn't make 135 if you cut off his leg. You know. So
Mm. Yeah, I feel like when it comes down to the leverage, it's gonna be tough because I feel like their popularity is probably like really close. I mean,
no,
and then
no, no,
when
no, 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 no. So hold on, real fast. Somebody said, "How did he lose if Ryan cheated?" No, no, no. If you know me, I'm 100% not cheating. I'm talking about how somebody's thinking when you're talking about leveraging a fight and how I'm not saying that I don't count that fight. Not me. I was just speaking on the perspective of how a fighter is, not talking about Ryan cheated. Ryan totally cheated, and I don't think that fight should be on record. I think they should delete the video of it being online. I think that that's terrible for the sport. So for the person that wrote that, I'm not saying that he lost to Ryan. I'm just saying how somebody who is being that is a competitor and they're trying to gain leverage, how they are thinking about it.
Right, right. But like I was saying, as far as leverage is concerned, I mean, Shakur getting the fighting Lewis Crocker for the IBF title. There's a rehydration clause on that title. I mean, maybe that could give him some more leverage room for negotiation when it comes down to being a five division champion facing Devin Haney versus Devin's three divisions, plus being undisputed at 135. I mean, what you think? I mean, do you think that would be the right way? Do you feel like Shakur should approach this, knowing that he does have big fights on the way?
I think Shakur is gonna do what he wants to do. I don't know about the leverage thing, but he's gonna do what he want to do. He's gonna try to make his money, and he's gonna try to make the biggest fights happen. I don't think that he's scared. I think he's very confident in his ability. So I think that he's gonna do what he wants to do. But I don't think he's gonna. He's not gonna play in the faces of boxing fans. I think he's gonna get the. He's gonna give you the fights that he wants. It's a lot. It's more. It's a lot more people not wanting to fight Shakur than Shakur not wanting to fight them. Shakur is not the type of person that from what I've seen, that is ducking action from his activity, the way he talks, in the way that he just goes about speaking on people. I don't think that's him. I think he's going to give you the fights as long as the other fighter wants to fight. And a lot of fighters, they go to like, Shakur is not entertaining. Shakur is not a box office winner. Traction, and they say those type of things to get out of the fight with Shakur. I think Shakur finally is getting from this last fight. He's finally got what he want, a big name. And I think he's been asking for it. And he wanted it so bad that he was willing to go up and weight to 140. I remember he's a 135 pounder. He's moved up to fight at 140. Now we're telling how he's scared to fight Devin because he don't want to move up again. How much, how much are we putting on him to do everything to make all these fights happen? You know what I mean? I don't think he's ducking him because he wants a rehydration clause. He's coming from 135.
No, he's coming. Well, yeah,
Come
really
on. He's
coming
coming
from
from he's
120. He
coming.
started at 126.
Yeah, I'm saying, but he's saying he was just fighting at 135.
Yeah,
He moved up to 140. Now you're telling him to go up to 147. He
yeah.
fight at 147. What you gonna tell you? What you gonna say? Fight boots? You know? Come on. I think
Hmm.
you gotta understand what's going on. He moved up to 140 to make the best fight happen and not being a natural 140 pounder. Even though he looks so great, and when we see somebody look so great, we get so excited. Like, well, you could do it. You can move up again. You know what I mean? This is career.
I wonder how Devin deals with that and Shakur deals with those negotiations. Hopefully, they can make it happen, regardless. Um, tell me, is your coach Breadman working with Spence now?
Um, I don't talk about other people's business.
Okay, so that's a yes. Um, I'm gonna count that as a yes.
I don't talk about other people's business.
Oh, all right, all right, all right. I'll ask Brad when that time comes. But there is a video up here of Errol Spence in Philadelphia, them asking him about Jamal Charlo's call out. Let's listen to it. Oh, this video is horrible. Way too much music in the background.
He in Philly.
Awesome is that he preaches not just health, but mental
Let me
health,
see.
physical health.
I can't show it.
Uh,
Wall of Fame with the red letters.
so tell me what. So what did he say? Tell me what he said. Tell me what he said. I can't really hear. What did he say?
They're asking him about Jamal Charlo's call out, and I think he says it's
Jamal or
gonna
Jamel?
Jamel, my bad. And he said everybody knows how that sparring went.
Okay.
Just tune in.
He's basically saying
What was that?
that he's basically saying that he's always gotten the better of Jamel, and Jamel is just talking. So, but maybe Jamel is confident because he thinks that Spence slipped, especially after seeing that performance with Crawford. So maybe that's the deal with why Charlo's calling him out. But the way it sounds is Spence is kind of confident in the fact that, yo, I used to beat you up in the gym, so you know what I mean. Chill out.
Nasty work. Um, Tell me, who would you favor in that fight?
Um, I would favor Spence.
Ooh,
Yeah,
how come?
I just think that his. I think that he. I just think that he 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 he's a great fighter. He looked really bad against Crawford. Um, I've heard a lot of things though. I'm not gonna lie. I heard a lot of things about. Well, let me tell you what I heard because why not? I heard that he was dealing with a major injury during the fight, and he had to go through with the fight. I heard this.
With the Crawford fight?
hmm hmm I heard
Mm,
this from when I was training in Vegas from a source that is pretty reliable, super reliable. That he was dealing with a major um, injury during that fight.
mm,
Major injury. So
boom. That could be big right there. That changes a lot of things right there.
yeah.
Thank God, yo, thank God Crawford just beat Canelo because that would have been bad.
But you don't look. But look, what I'm gonna say is this: Spence is such a he wouldn't talk about it. You know, he's not the type of person that would talk about it. He's gonna take it and keep going. But I know from a very very reliable source that he was dealing with something.
So you think that what he's just more of an overall better fighter than
Yeah, I just
Charlo?
think. Yeah, I think overall, I think he's better than Charlo. I think he's overall just better fighter than Charlo. But Charlo's no joke. So I mean, he land a shot. You know what I mean? You know he could win the fight. But I'll be betting that Spence wins that fight, and I'll be rooting for Earl to win. You know what I mean? I Earl's cool peoples.
Yeah,
And
not for sure.
if the rumors is true and we working with him, I'm definitely be rooting for him. So
Damn right.
yeah.
Damn right. What you gonna call it? Uh, yeah. What do you think about Keith Thurman and Fundora?
I have a feeling that Keith Thurman might get stopped.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, why you feel that way? That's crazy.
I got a feeling that Keith Thurman might get stopped. Um, I don't. It's been a Keith been out the ring for a while, and why people are like this? Keep
What?
crying. Spence got destroyed. Why are people like this? Why the fan base be so like? Because I, Jesus, I can't. Jesus,
Hit the like button if that was nasty work.
what is that about? What is that about? I can't give you. So y'all didn't want the information. Like I won't give y'all
No, no, no,
no
no, no.
more, no more
Don't,
exclusive information.
don't let
Cause
that
I'm
person
hating.
bother you.
Cause like you feel what I'm saying?
Nah,
We
nah,
know what
nah.
happened in the fight. I'm just trying to get y'all exclusive information from a source that I got that's super reliable. And now all of a sudden, okay, no more information. Mills, blame your fans. Blame your fans.
See,
Blame your fans.
you can't have
No,
one
I'm not
person
because
dictate the way you
you can't
moving.
act like I was y'all act like I was Team Spence.
Right.
I didn't have no dog in the fight. I don't you know what I'm saying? I didn't have no dog in the fight. I wanted to watch a great fight. I didn't bet on the fight. I'm not making no excuses for somebody I didn't bet on or nobody I didn't help him train. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? I had nothing to do with the fight. I had shit to do with the fight. But I was just letting y'all know something if y'all didn't know. But y'all don't want no shit no more, so I won't tell you no more shit. Y'all don't want no shit. Y'all don't want no shit. I'm gonna keep that shit to myself. I'm gonna keep certain shit to myself. But it was certain things I know, so you know.
I fuck with it. Yo, what you think about Wilder? Yo,
No,
he
we ain't
crashed.
done. We ain't done. Y'all, you ain't- out the towering inferno.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
We towering inferno. I think that I just think my boy gonna be able to to get to him. I think he'll be able to get to him. I think that pulling back stuff that Thurman do, you gotta be real careful. That boy arms is long and he be stepping. and he got some inside fighting game. He gonna try to touch his body. I think it's a lot to deal with, but Keith Thurman can land that right hand and it can be over. So, but I think that I think Fundora, the younger, fresher fighter, is gonna get it done. His bicep look crazy though. You see that? So I hope he all right. That could be a factor in the fight. I don't
It
know. That
could.
look crazy. That look crazy.
It looks like it's broken.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nasty work. Yo, Wilder crashed out the other day. Talking
Oh,
about Fury. You seen it?
mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It got nasty.
yeah,
It got real nasty in there. You can't ask him any Fury questions. I see.
yeah, yeah.
If you do, you getting bomb squatted.
I don't want to. I don't want. I'm gonna be. Want me to be honest? I don't want to talk. I don't want him to come because then he gonna be. Then he gonna crash out on me. I, bro, I don't want no smoke because he don't seem like he in his right mind right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's a
So,
big dude. That's a big dude.
like mental health is important.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta
Like
show
you
it.
feel what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Shit.
I think that he listen. All jokes aside, Wilder has been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? He lost his fight. He lost his woman. He lost a lot of assets because of it, and that could do a terrible terrible thing to your confidence. Um, he seems like what I mean, he's getting to a better place, and I wish the best for him. And in this next fight, I hope that he knocks Chisora out. So I'm always been seeing Wilder's um a foot on his card 20. I've been in this game for a while, a long time ago. Um, a long time ago, and he's a cool guy. I met him once, and I want nothing but the best for him. But I hope he wins. I hope he knocks out Chisora so we can see. I want to see him fight Usyk. Mm,
Yeah. Usyk, shoot. We might be seeing Wilder and Usyk on Zuffa.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know, but I hope he can get through Chisora. He hasn't been looking great as of late, but he still got that right hand. So.
Bendito, only that right hand. But hey, at least it's the right hand, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Now it looked to me that Dejora was part of he put part into that for some reason. Like the reason why I say that,
They know what they doing.
they
They
messing
know
with
what
homie's head
they know what they're
because
doing.
yo, they're doing the interview, right, Chiron? And while he's getting hype, somebody he's like, yo, go give me the tissues. He grabs the tissue box, puts it right in front of him.
Nah, but he playing into it. You know what I mean? It's a mind game, and Chisora should play into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 for
If
sure.
you see a guy get emotional like that, that's his weakness.
The contract signed already at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
you know what I mean. So that's his weakness, and Chisora gonna try to make it spicy, but Chisora got to move out of the way of that right hand. That's his job.
For sure. For sure. That was nutty. I'm like, damn, he played right into that
It's
joint.
fun. It's all fun and games, but they got to fight. It's all fun and games.
Yeah.
It's good promoting for the fight. I mean, I don't know. The crash out seemed very real though. It ain't look fake. So when he crashed out, he crashed out. He was stumbling over his words. He was crashing out. He was really upset, and he feels like it was totally
Dr.
unfair.
Rucker Wrecker Me?
He feel like it was very unfair. I don't know much about the cheating.
Documentary.
Yeah, the documentary. Well, I'm
The
laughing.
documentary.
Stop laughing at that man. Because what if he really cheated? What if he really got cheated?
That would have been messed up. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
don't do
yeah,
that to
yeah,
that man.
yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah, I
right. You're right.
mean,
You're right. Nasty
no,
work.
I
Mills,
don't-
what are you doing? Cut it out, Mel.
yeah, cut that shit out, man. But I don't know if he been cheated. I don't know, but
He
you know,
spiked his water, and in the glove situation,
he stay spiked his water.
that's what he said. He's like, yeah,
Okay.
he spiked the water, bro.
Okay. See,
And
look,
then and then the glove situation.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a possibility. Guys do things to cheat all the time. I didn't think that he cheated. But people do things. If he got the proof, then you gotta show it. You know what I mean? You gotta show the proof. You gotta see. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say he didn't, and then the documentary come out. I'll be like, oh shit, they got the nigga on
Got him
film.
right.
They put the Cosby in his drink. I'm not going. You know.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if it was true. And they say this is a dirty business. So I don't know. But listen, my man. Chiron, I really appreciate you for tapping in with me, man. Always a pleasure getting your insight. Can't wait to see you guys working with Spence. Hopefully, you guys could all get each other better. Can't wait to hear for your next fight announcement. Keep me posted so that way, you know what I mean, we could run it.
All right, bet.
My guy. Smash the like, but yo, make sure you guys go out your way. Follow my man, Kiron Davis, on Instagram. Shut it down, Davis. Salute to everybody. Hey, Blair, yeah, tap in right now. I'm free. Yeah, I'm free right now. Yeah, Blair. Yo, Blair, I'm free right now. All right. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Hopefully we get Henry Garcia back on today as well. He just texted me, so you never know. We might get him on here. Pop that shit. You already know Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, February 21st. It's going down. Vegas. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Salute to everybody on the live, man. Smash a like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet as well. Double tap the screen if you're on mobile devices. Let's get these likes up, man. We got over $150 on the house in the house tonight. And we got that Nick Ball fight coming up. So salute. And I was wilding out a little bit earlier, but I'm back. I'm back in action. Um Blair, the Flair, Cobbs in the building. He's gonna be tuning in the car. All right. Blair the Flair in the building.
What up? What up? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
We back, brother. We back. Listen, man. Let's get right into the nitty gritties, man. Let's get right into the hot topics. We just finished talking about Keyshawn and Jermaine Ortiz. Now you tell me what's your reaction on Teofimo Lopez losing basically every round to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson taking his WBO belt in the same process.
Very much expected. Very, very much expected.
You called it.
Um,
You called it.
yeah, yeah, I called it. I called it. There was no way. Um, hey, look, Shakur Stevenson is a technician in that ring, and he's very hard to fight, bro. I've sparred him one time, and like the things I had to do to get the better of each round is unheard of.
Mm,
like you'll never see that shit again. Like that guy is incredible. That guy is incredible. Like I gotta say, Shakur Stevenson is incredible as a boxer. As a showman, not so much. But as a fighter, as just a pure boxer, yes, he is. He's the. I can't say that he's not the best. That's the thing. If he says he's the best, I can't say he's not. You know what I mean? At boxing. At boxing. Yeah,
okay.
I'll take that. I'll take
Okay.
the
So
blue
we
one. The
we
blue.
got my man saying that he's the best. So you believe that right now, Shakur Stevenson is our modern day Mayweather? Am I
No.
too much? I pushed it. I pushed it too much. Pause.
No. No. He's everything he's good. See, the problem is, right? When we say the modern day Mayweather, right? Mayweather was far more than just boxing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He was a culmination of a lot of things where he created an image. He created like a persona. He created something that was bigger than just boxing alone. And it's a shame because people don't actually take those things. We haven't seen a fucking 24/7 forever. And then even when they make something, it's not really that great. They haven't really done much. But when they did it at that time, it was revolutionary Floyd is the best because of a lot of things outside of boxing, you know. And yeah, so like I can't say that Shakur has that because he doesn't. He doesn't have that, you know. It's like the most wicked thing that he's ever said is I'm the smartest man in boxing. Nobody gives a fuck. Like that did not hit nobody's heart at all. Like, but beyond that, Shakur is the best, man. I mean, goddamn, like I'm sitting here breaking down all kinds of shit about Shakur. Like I learned so much from watching Shakur, and I've known Shakur since we were kids. You know, we were at the same Olympic qualifiers. I was at 140, and man, he was incredible even back then.
Mm. Now, you were saying that not necessarily the most entertaining. Do you feel like he could have stopped him? Is that what you're saying? Like, did you feel like he could
No,
have possibly stopped him?
no, I think that like what he does is already brilliant. He'll never need to stop a guy. Like, you know, it's like stopping him. He's losing every fucking round. What is better than stopping a person like that? You know, it's infuriating when you fucking can't win a round. And now you're like getting antsy because you're losing so many rounds that like things look bad now. Like now you got to do weird shit just to get off a round. It's you know, nothing to do with the entertainment side. He's the best. He's up there. He's definitely up there.
Do you see him possibly being the face of boxing one day?
No, unfortunately, no.
Because he
But
doesn't have the overall package.
no, no. Like I will be the face of boxing long before he will, and it's
Mm.
because of that overall package. And the thing is, right? I'm gonna tell you what the real people want. They
Talk
might
to
not
me.
say it. They might not say it, but they want it. They want to see a piece of vulnerability. They want a man that's great. They want a man that like can stand and say, "I'm the best." Why? Because that touches the nature of humanity. That touches that childlike nature that we all have. That would be the face of boxing next. Whatever the face of boxing is going to have to be something that's bigger than just politics. Politics ruined boxing to a point where now we got fucking Jake Paul.
Mm.
Like we got motherfuckers that can just pay for a belt. Like you know what I mean, and make it happen.
My man. Hit the like button, y'all. Double tap the screen if you are on mobile devices as well. I got my man Blair the Flair preaching right now.
He elite.
Tell me.
Yes,
He is.
he is that nigga. I joke about his nigga all the time, bro. Every day and twice on Sunday. Absolutely. You know? So yeah,
Mm. Okay. Okay.
I don't think so.
Listen, what do you think about Jarrell Miller's
I got it's on neutral now.
Tee.
I gotta go for it
Boom. You
right there. Okay.
Hit the
All
like
right, thank
button,
you.
y'all. Listen, what do you think about Jarrell Miller and the you know what I mean? The chirp, chirp,
Oh, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny, man. That was funny.
convertible.
Yeah,
Zoom.
yeah. His wig popped off. You know what I mean? He had the Negro toupee. It was great. It was fantastic. It was something that I did not see coming at all. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But tell you the truth, see, that's the humanity of boxing. And what was fantastic? The way he reacted when it happened. I love the way he reacted in the midst of that shit. In the midst of being a complete mockery. And he said, fuck it. This what it is, nigga. I lost my motherfucking hair, bro. But I still look good. And then he won. He won the fight. So, like, goddamn, that you how can you not?
And he won. Because if he lost, it could have been nasty. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the star of the show,
Oof.
you know? And Jarrell Miller, what is that his name? Jarrell Miller?
Yep.
Jarrell Miller became a star in my eyes by the way he reacted.
Hmm.
Just like Devin Haney and Bill Haney became cowards because of the way they reacted to a loss. You know, sometimes it's not about what's going on. I became a hero because of the way I reacted to the loss against Roach. It wasn't about the Broner fight. It was really that fight. So it's really all about how you react.
Hmm.
And I love seeing that. I love seeing people that's got like something bigger than just these.
That part. Yeah. Um. Yeah, man. So when you look at that mega fight with, do you think that Shakur Stevenson and Haney's a mega fight?
Who?
Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, is that a mega fight?
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know. Devin Haney and Shakur are not great at promoting. And like Teofimo was able to sway a lot of people with his charisma and his showmanship, his newly found showmanship rather. And also having strong background with, let's say, the Puerto Rican crowd, that definitely helped. And of course New York. And like who don't love New York? So that's all I gotta say about that. I don't like, yeah, Teofimo was a mega fight. But that's because Teofimo was doing all the promoting. He was doing all the shenanigans. And sometimes that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see for a build up for a fight. You know?
You've been in the ring with both of them. Who do you think would win?
Oh,
Tio or Shakur? I mean, Shakur or Haney?
I don't know. The dynamics of what I had to do for both of them were very, very different. Haney, I was focused on one, two punches. I was focused on making him do things that he don't like to do. I was focused on overwhelming him doing the things that like he got other people doing outside the ring and doing it to him with mental warfare. There were so many like things that I did to Haney that like could never work on somebody like Shakur. And
Mm.
then like the thing with Shakur is that Shakur was just outgunned from fucking just blatant unrealistic ability. Me at 140 was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like I could move my body faster than your actual eyes can actually see. Faster than a blink. Choom, choom, choom. Like, and then on top of that, doing all kinds of stupid shit like in, out, in, out, in, out, in, outside, bow, hit him. Fake, 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 delay, boom. Like weird shit like that. Like Shakur was unbelievably hard to hit, you know? But Devin was too. You know, Devin has a way of playing games to a point where like he'll rather fucking fight the whole fight off of like one or two punches. If he can mitigate all the fucking like let's say all the fight in the actual like fight, like he'll get to a point where like there's almost nothing happening. And you have to be very, very patient with somebody like that. Because that's a game of patience. Who's gonna lose their shit and start doing dumb shit? Who's gonna lose their shit and finally start like overcommitting shots and then like get hit with a jab? Because we're like literally fighting off for like one or two punches. If he lands one punch, two punch, three punches, and you land nothing that whole fucking round, he won the round. And he'll do that shit for 12 rounds. He'll do that shit to a point where when we get past the sixth round, now you're fucking getting you're like shit, I'm running out of time. Once you get to round 8, you're cooked. Like once you get to round 8, and he's the only person that landed punches, now you have to be overly aggressive and do dumbass shit to fucking like try to break even. And the more dumb shit you do, the more he will hurt you. It's not that he's hurting you. It's the fucking fact that like the more dumb shit that you do, he will capitalize more. He will land more punches, and put you in a fucking grave. That's bad. But then you have somebody like Shakur. Shakur, he kind of accidentally puts you in that fucking casket because he's just that good. You know what I mean? He's not purposely trying to put you in that casket. Shakur accidentally puts you in that casket. And that's because he's just that good. He understands range to such a level that is ridiculous. And he knows exactly where his range at to land a punch. You'll have to do all kinds of stupid shit just to get off on him. Because he's very sharp. He never takes his eyes off his target ever. He never blinks for a second. I know. I was waiting for him to fucking blink. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Like you blink one time, I'm gonna catch your ass. He is that fast. He's that good. You know what I mean? He is that good. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win that fight. All I know is that like it will be very, very interesting. It could be the biggest snooze in the world, but for somebody like me, people like me that are more intellectual and understand boxing on a higher level, we're gonna be amazed and dazed at the fight. We're gonna be very locked in to every second of the fight. But that's not the normal. That's not gonna be like
The
the
average
conventional.
consumer.
Yeah, the average consumer. That's not gonna be them. And like the average consumer should never be me. It should never be people like me that's out there focused on all the strategic little things. They're there to fucking see a fight. They're there to see a show. They're not there to fucking see the smallest little details and nuances of boxing. They didn't show up for that. They show up for the fucking show. They showed up to like see somebody get their head knocked the fuck off, or even see a wig pop the fuck off. You know what I mean? But regardless, people are are showing up to a fight to see a show, and like the sport of boxing might be a little bit over most people's head. Does that make sense?
Fair to say. Fair to say. Something with some more more entertainment then. February 21st, Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios. Have you been in the ring with Barrios?
No, no, I haven't, and I don't think people like that should ever get in a ring with somebody like me.
Okay.
But
Okay.
like, yeah, that's like unhealthy sparring. But you know what? Like he's a terrific athlete. Ryan is a terrific athlete too. I just think that like right now, that belt has become very, very weak.
Mm.
So much so that like somebody like Ryan can come off a loss, a blatant loss, and fucking challenge the world champion. Like it's getting to a point where I'm not sure if boxing is really about being the best fighter or just a really good fighter or just being popular. So I don't know. I like we can only sit here and think about it because like that's quite a bit. And like one, I'm surprised Mario Barrios has the belt, and two, I'm surprised Ryan is fighting off a loss to that belt instead of somebody else that might be like highly qualified. And right now, it's kind of like seeming like the whole sport of boxing is just gatekept by like a few people, and only a few like stars out there can even like move. So it's very interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I wish both fighters well.
Who do you think wins the fight?
I don't know. Um, um, Mario Barrios has good conventional technique, tall but not really a good range fighter. Um, about C class, and then we have Ryan Garcia, almost the same. Ryan has a special hook, which changes things. But the problem is, it's been a while now. We've seen that hook many times and many versions of it. So much so that what most people would say the most unorthodox, not very smart and calculated fighter as Rolly Romero can take away that hook and win a fight. And if you take away that hook and you win the fight easily, what else is there? Like my whole thing is that like yes, he has a weapon. I mean, I gotten hit by that weapon. One time we were sparring. This is the first time I've ever seen Ryan Garcia ever. I never known who the fuck he was. I just see some kid. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like I got hit with it after like him throwing it a bunch of times. I'm like, why the fuck you throwing this stupid ass hook? Bam, he hit me. I go down, like I get up, I'm like, okay, now I know your weapon. The worst thing was I got up. So now I smell pussy and it's time to go fuck. So I just blocked just charged after him, broke him down, and took his weapon and beat him down to a pulp. You know what I mean? And then fucking just, make him quit. But like, remember, Ryan has a special weapon. Is he able to like beat a Mario Barrios? I don't know. But it's gonna be interesting. Mario Barrios haven't looked good in a long time. I think he had like three or four like fights that just never really looked good since he been at 147. And everybody is looking at him like easy meats. you know? That's it's looking like easy work. So I just hope that I hope that the fans get a good fight because I know for sure that they're trying to promote and push Ryan and fucking Mario Barrios as hard as they possibly can. You know what I mean? And promote the WBC belt and all this other stuff. So I pray that like that the belt and the fight is actually good and entertaining. So like really I'm not really for Ryan or Barrios at this time. I just want to see a good fight, and I hope that they can actually deliver that.
Right, right, man. I definitely hope that there's gonna be a good fight for sure because I mean, they're both action packed. They both don't have the best defense, and they both throw punches. They throw a lot of punches and combinations.
Yeah, but not really though.
Not Ryan don't throw too many combinations, but
Like Ryan has one punch, and then like he has a really good jab, but he is
smash the like button. Blair just tapped out. Hold on one second. Salute to everybody. We got over what 200 people on the live. Only 79 likes. We need to get these likes up. I'm also gonna get Ryan Garcia's dad on here as well. So let's get these likes up though. Come on, man. It's Saturday. We could be anywhere, but we right here. Salute, salute. Smash that like button, man. Don't be scared. Double tap the screen if you guys are on mobile devices. Be ready to go. Try again. Oh, wait a minute. Remove. Add them again. Uh, Shout out to Blair, the Flair Cobbs. Shout out to Blair, the Flair Cobbs, always tapping in with us. And shout out, salute to everybody on the line, man. Once again. So I got Blair and I got Henry on here. We got to get the StreamYard so we could be having both of them on here right now. But I think Blair with whoever taps in first, we in there though. Salute to everybody in the live. Is Nick Ball fighting yet? What time is Nick Ball fighting? My bad, Blair. I had to go charge my phone, Blair.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Damn. Yo,
Damn, those are. I'm
this
liking
thing
those
is
palm
huge.
trees, man. I'm liking those palm trees. Yo, listen. Um, this was definitely a great chatting with you, man. Listen, let everybody know where they can find you on social media as well, because I need to let them know. Everyone's asking, yo, when are you gonna be back in the chat?
Oh man, I'm working on things. I'll be back. I'm always in the gym.
Even
See,
the
I'm
lunatic
always
says,
in the
smash the like button. Blair spitting facts.
is Brandon fighting. You mean is Brandon fighting? Oh no. Anyways, yeah. Shit. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Blair Flair. And for more exciting content, official BlairFlair.com. Check this out, you guys. Ryan is an incredible fighter. Barrios is an incredible fighter. And I hope both of them show up and show out and give the fans a great fight. I am the people's champion. I'm here for you, by the people, for the people. And you're watching Nail City Boxing, baby.
My boy, my
Woo!
boy. Smash that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It's your boy Mills from Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters and Trainers channel, and most importantly, the People's channel. We always bringing you the best stars out here, and we got the one and only Coach Henry Garcia, Ryan Garcia's father and
Going.
head trainer. How are you, man?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. It's a beautiful Friday. Let's go, brother. It's sunny. There's some traffic though, but it's okay.
You gotta, yo, you gotta love it.
I do
You
love it.
gotta love it. It's a beautiful Saturday, Henry. Though it's a Saturday today.
Oh, see that? I'm lost, brother. I'm sorry. I'm
Training
lost.
training camp
Right.
is that busy,
Training.
huh?
Yeah, you're right about that, man. It just, we train practically every day, man. Every day. And you know what? Why did I think it was a Friday? Because Friday was so busy yesterday. We worked out like for over 8 hours. And now
Ooh.
that it's Saturday, this traffic seems like it's a Friday. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry.
You good, man. You good. You locked in, and I love it, man.
Oh
Um,
yeah, definitely locked in. Definitely locked in. Yes.
let's get back into the nice press conference, man. I love the way they gave you the mic. You was speaking your
Mhm.
mind about how training
Mhm.
camp is going.
Yeah.
You kept it real too with Joe Guzan as well, about how you felt about the switch, and you felt like he was a
Yeah.
traitor, and all that. But I mean, yeah, salutes to you. I'm glad that you have the center stage, the head role trainer. I think that this is a lot of people are talking about it because Ryan started with you in the amateurs,
Yeah.
so people
Mhm.
really good wants to see what you got to bring to the table, because we've seen so
Yeah.
many fathers in the corners lately, not necessarily showing up for their kids.
Well, I know who you're talking about in particular, but here's the thing with me, I'm not a new coach. Okay. I've been Brian's coach since age 10. My brother, like I said, started him off, and I want to clarify that. He started my son from 7 to 9, and then I took over when he was 10 years old, right? And I've been his coach ever since. And even if I was an assistant after his 13th fight, I'm still his coach. I mean, so I'm not considered a new coach here. So I got to clarify that to people that say, oh, he got a new coach. No, he didn't. He got his father who's been there. And I think, like I said, all fathers should always be with their sons in hard times and in good times.
Well, tell me, what was your reaction of the press conference?
You know what? I'm glad I spoke my mind. I'm glad Ryan spoke his mind. Of course, he was a little bit more obvious than I was, more upfront. But either way, to me, it wasn't something that I expected. Because we did do some. We went dinners. We went out. We talked and we laughed. We did a lot of things. And to see something like that happen is like whoa. Um, you trying to get an advantage or you trying just to get paid? It was just didn't seem right. But either way, we're ready. It doesn't matter who he is, anymore. It's just, life goes on. But it's between him and Mario now. So it's not between me or Ryan against Joe Goosen anymore. It's between Mario and Ryan. That's what it's all about.
I actually seen an interview with him, and he was kind of like talking about it with one of the guys, an Asian.
Uh-huh.
He's Asian. He's actually Mario Lopez's co-host for a boxing podcast. But he was talking. Joe Guzman was a guest, and he was talking about it. Don't know if you got to see the interview, but he was talking about the press conference, like if it's such a big deal about me switching teams type of a deal. And I mean, do you feel like it's a big deal?
Well, not. I I mean, it's my son is the one that felt that way. I felt that way, that it was kind of a surprise at first, but then I recall Joe telling me that he did that in the past. He did that in the past where he would train a fighter, and then about 3 4 months later he would fight against the guy who he trained. It was kind of weird. So I told you know I told Ryan about that. I said, you know what, he does those kind of things. I don't know why he did it against us, but maybe sorry, maybe he wanted to get paid or something. But there's no advantage here, and it is what it is. We can't stop it. It's already done.
How's this training camp going, man? Like when you look at Ryan, you look at all the other training camps, and you guys are back together, united again. How does this one fare upon all the others?
You know what? This is the best I've ever seen, and the best I've witnessed the way his condition is. I mean, it's just a work of art. I mean it, a work of art. This is something that everyone's going to be surprised. And like I said, he's up here, he's 100%. And when he's like that, ain't nobody going to beat him. There's no way. He won't let you. I won't let him, lose. But definitely, he's on it. He's just like he's on a mission. I love it. I'm loving this training camp.
I was looking at a post that Ryan posted up,
Uh-huh.
talking about certain content creators, talking about that
Yes.
he hasn't VADA tested, and he's been VADA testing this whole time, and I'm
Yes.
sure that Mario Barrios is as well. But if you wanted to speak a little bit about the testing into this fight.
Yeah, everything's been negative, just everything's been negative. They come randomly, like they say, and I'm sure they're doing the same with Mario. So everything's fine. I mean, we're here just to fight. We're ready, brother. Honestly, we are ready. I wish the fight was this weekend. I'm not kidding you. That's how ready we are.
2 weeks.
And I mean necessary. He's weighing right now 151. Sometimes he drops to 150, but then he's like, no, that's too low, too low. So we bring him back up to 151, maybe 152, but that's it. He doesn't go beyond that. His abs won't allow him to, because he's got abs on this fight. He's
Mm.
very, very well. I mean, look at the pictures. The zone was just here today and yesterday. The zone came and they filmed us. So you're going to see footage there too. And you're going to see how he got his body into the shape that he has right now. He did all the training, all the exercises that got him to this level. And people are going to be surprised about that. Really nice. I mean, I love it. Like I said.
Hey, what's your reaction to Mario Barrios saying that he's never quit, went down on his knee in that
Oh,
press conference?
yeah, I'll tell you this much right now. That's what Duarte said. Duarte said the same thing. Queen Ryan, we've heard it all. We don't quit and this and that. Well, that's the worst thing you can say when Ryan's healthy, because you could piss him off. And when he's pissed off, trust me, bro, you're gonna be scared. He ain't gonna. There's no way, man. He's just like I said, 100%, and they might say 120%. I never heard that one before, but it doesn't matter what. But we've heard some stories too about you know that you know he's probably not 100% yet, but he better be. We are.
Tell me, when you see Ryan in this camp,
Mm.
when it comes down to mental state of mind and focused for this camp, what do you see that you haven't in the past?
Well, it's true dedication. I mean, it's just something that you you got to see it to actually believe it. I am in awe. Yesterday, and there was another day, but yesterday he did 33 rounds after he did his strength and conditioning.
On the
After the
pads?
strength and conditioning is 3 hours. And he like I said, the zone filmed it, so you're gonna see that. But think about this. Think about this. This is the answer to your question. We worked out early in the morning, strength and conditioning. You're gonna see why Ryan looks the way he looks. And then we took a little break, but Ryan, went to go, eat and whatever. We come back to the gym, 33 rounds of boxing. 33. Then you think it's over? Mm-mm. He goes back home where his camp house is. I didn't go there. And he starts running 5 miles after that. And then he sprints up a hill. Tell me, that would just blow people away. That's why I say I'm in awe sometimes. When I see him working out like this, I'm telling you, as a father, I couldn't be much prouder because I know that he is locked in, totally locked in, totally locked in. So there's your answer right there.
Tell
True
me,
dedication.
obviously fighting for this title shot. I mean, does it build up anything into the training camp, and what have you seen studying Mario Barrios?
Well, I mean, Mario Barros is a good fighter. I mean, I always tell everybody that there's a lot of all these fighters are good. Okay. But what separates him from Ryan is Ryan's got this like persona that just it's gonna be dangerous for Mario Barrios. Okay. I'm telling you, you need machine guns, you're gonna need a cannon to stop Ryan. Ryan is gonna be on a mission. He's like totally focused for this one. And I'm really happy to see this because what he's applying right now is going to transform into the ring. And that spells victory.
Mm,
Trust me.
I
Trust
like
me on that. And nothing Mario has or nothing that Joe can give him that's going to phase my son. I'm telling you, you're going to see it. Okay. My son is not here to play. He takes pride in what he's doing, and he knows this is his title shot, the WBC, and it means a lot to him on this one because he's here. He's already has it in here, and he's got it in his heart. So when you have that, like I said, mind, body, and soul, 100%, it's positive results. Positive.
Tell me, I mean, um, Connor Ben now in line for the title for the winner. I mean, what's your reaction to that? And is that an option?
Well, I mean, everything's an option if it's done legally. My understanding is that he now wants Rolly. I mean, it goes back and forth. He can't make up his mind. He did want Ryan. I heard that, but then he also said, "Well, he wanted Rolly,"
Yep.
and then he has like a scuffle against Rolly that night that Teofimo fought and Shakur.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that's building up or that's headed that direction. But again, we're not worried about who's next or who's going to be mandatory. We're worried about Mario Barrios, and that's where our focus is. Because again, boxing is something that you just got to stay on task. Don't go too ahead of your ideas or your anything like that because there's no need to. Just focus what's at hand. That's all.
Um, you know, Thank you for the 10 piece. Why does Ryan need supplements when he has access to all the world's best natural foods?
Well, he does. He does eat natural foods. I mean, that's what he does. Now, I hear that Brian's. I mean, I'm not in that thing, but I do know that
Nutritional
he. Yeah,
supplements.
he likes that Iran restaurant. You know what I mean? So I've never seen Ryan take supplements, and I'm being honest right now. He's eating food. He's eating like Errol, that restaurant. That restaurant is good too. You know, it's very healthy. So, but aside from that, George, it's his
Hmm.
conditioning. Forget all that mess. What people should say is that, hey, are you conditioned? When a fighter is conditioned like Ryan, man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna see it when the zone posts all those things. You're gonna see why he's fit the way he's fit. A lot of people might say, "Oh, why does he need this? Why does he?" No, he's not taking that. He's taking foods. Like from Iran, that restaurant. He's eating foods. He's eating very healthy. But man, is he working out? Hell yeah, he's working out. I've never seen him like this. I've never seen him like this. That's why I'm saying I am so happy. So I'm proud of him. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
You know, tell me, do you feel like as far as the game planning for the next fight, have him, having a title and Devin Haney having the title for
Mhm,
unifications,
mhm.
was that obviously a game plan leading up to a possible mega fight with you guys with a big rematch? I mean,
Yeah,
was that in the plans?
yeah. Another thing that was in the plan was Teofimo. I mean, we threw out some names: Teofimo, Haney, Connor Ben. We had names out there, and just again, we got to put that aside for right now. I think there's a rematch clause with Rolly too, so we've got options. But again, we got to take care of what we have in front of us. That's our main focus right now, and I'm telling you, we plan on doing that.
Tell me, knowing that Teofimo Lopez was an option, and now that he lost to Shakur Stevenson, is that a potential a matchup that we can have like how it was in the amateurs, in the pros? I mean, is that reasonable? I mean, I know that he said that he needs a rehydration clause to go up to 147. So,
Yeah,
I mean, is that something that you guys were, I don't know, willing to do?
I mean, that was in the past, but his father got online, kind of pissed me off too. Like making fun out of Ryan. With the way he fights and the way he throws his hook and all that. I mean, I don't know if he was drunk or what, but if he was, he should stop drinking. And what he did with his son that night was just atrocious. It was horrible. I feel sorry for Tio actually, and I don't even want to talk about him boxing for a while because his father really ruined his life. I'm surprised um, Devin Haney's father hasn't ruined him yet. But it's just these are fathers that are so selfish. I've humbled myself. I had Eddie Reynoso train my son. I had, Joe Goosen. I had Derek James. Again, I'm still the assistant. I'm still his father, so I'm there. But I don't have the ego like they do. I don't do that because it's just you gotta take care of your kid. That's what you gotta do, and you can't put them under so much pressure. You know what I mean, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't put your son under a lot of pressure because sons always value their parents, and that's a fact. We know that, but um, you cannot do that to your kids. And then what he did that night was just horrible, man. No instruction, just yelling, and you're gonna hate yourself. I think he meant himself that he was gonna hate himself because I don't know, man. The guy, if he's a drinker, that's bad. You know, uh, he sounded like he was drinking when he did that video, but it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and I don't even want to see the father because he's embarrassing.
Tell me, I mean, did you see that fight playing out that way?
Well, I told you. Remember, I told you about Shakur that I favored Shakur. I said, but a boxer always has a fighter chance. But in my experience, a boxer will always beat a boxer, a puncher. A boxer will always beat a puncher because of their swiftness, of their technique, and all that. You got to really get to them. If you can't get to them, you're going to get hit, and you're going to continue to get hit. And that's exactly how it played out. You know, it'll be interesting to fight Shakur, Ryan and Shakur. That would be something that I would want to happen.
Do you feel like it could happen?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course. You know, of
How
course.
how would that fight play out if Shakur saying that he's kind of too small for the some of these guys?
Well, that was Connor Ben saying that, maybe he is, but like I said, I haven't seen Shakur lately up close. I haven't, but because Ryan's tall. Ryan's tall, but and lanky, and Ryan's got excellent punches, good punches, and he has a good rhythm to his punches. You've seen it.
Yeah,
You
would you
know,
guys do a 10 pound rehydration clause to make the fight happen?
well, if here's a possibility, and this is the truth. This is what we talked about 2 weeks ago when I saw my son, you know, at 151, like last week, sometime. I was like, man, you're not too far off from the weight that you need to be in, 147. I said, so we're a little bit too ahead of ourselves. Gotta just come up a little bit, and just play it right, and which we're doing right now. But another thing came to mind was, man, we might even go down to 142 if possible.
Really?
Yeah, without rehydration. This is strictly 140. Because if Ryan's already there, I mean, our strength and conditioning coach will lock it in. Ryan will lock it in, and we're back to 140. Solid. Now, that's a strong possibility. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. And we talked about that.
It changes things.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean this. I mean this 100% sincerely that we could make 140.
Because when you guys fought Haney, you guys were not really, not necessarily you guys, but he was drinking, he was doing all these other things that.
Exactly. Yeah. Forget about that and forget about the Rolly because I'm telling you, that was not Ryan. This is Ryan. This is Ryan. You're going to see Ryan. This is going to be Ryan. And you're going to say, man, he looks good. His weight is good. And his strength is unbelievable. So you're going to see it. And I'm going to tell you, 147 is not too far off from 140. So there's a strong possibility without rehydration called, we could probably drop down to 140 with no
And
problem.
make the fight happen at 40 instead.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you guys can rehydrate whatever you guys want from there.
I mean, listen, this is another thing that I've been seeing, and this is kind of interesting, is that, yeah, you got to rehydrate, of course, absolutely. Now, how far you can rehydrate, I would love to be over 7, 8 pounds. Some go 10, some go 12, some even go 15, but they do rehydrate. But when you're in shape, in total fitness, I think the most you could hydrate is 7 or 8 pounds. I'm not kidding you. When you're in excellent shape, your body won't allow it because your body's so accustomed to being fit. It's just amazing the way the body works.
Mm.
And honestly, it's amazing how the body works. Your body will react to the way you've been bringing it down weight. Your body reacts to the results, and And just like anything else, if let's say your body's really tight and all of a sudden you eat a lemon meringue pie, your body's gonna throw it out and say, hey, what the heck is this? Because your body's equipped to staying in shape, eating the right foods, like I said, all that. So it's just I don't know if your body will let you go that high. I don't think so. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it'll be more than 7, 8 pounds. When you're that fit. So you know, we're not even thinking rehydration clauses. Mm-mm. Either it's 147 or 140. That's the truth. We dug you up.
So, I mean, that's gonna get a lot of people thinking like, hey, what happened to the Ryan and Devin rematch now?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You know, Devin says yes, but have you heard the father lately? He keeps on saying, "Nah, we don't want it. We don't want it." Man, he knows us. I would honestly say that Ryan fights Devin Haney, he'll end his career. People
His
might
career.
disagree with me on that, but this is the truth. Ryan's very dangerous right now. He's totally focused. He beat Devin Haney, okay, when he was 30%. And I say percentage because I go by percentage. I told you that Ryan, when he was fighting, when he was preparing for Devin Haney, he couldn't go more than 5 pounds. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. In sparring, he couldn't do that. He had to really pace himself. And what did it was the IQ. People might say, "Oh no, it's the ostarine." You know what? Bullshit. No ostarine. Fuck that. There's no way. It's right here. Okay, it's right here. You have it. You have it in here. You're still who you are. But that's the past. I don't dwell on the past. I dwell on what's at hand. And Ryan is in tip top shape right now, and he's clean, very clean, and very fit. And that makes him very, very dangerous. I know my son.
Does.
Yeah, I know him, and I'm telling you right now, oof, I wouldn't fight him. if I was forced, I wouldn't fight my son. Heck no. He's very smart. My son's very smart. You know, I mean, when have you seen Ryan actually get hit? Tell me. I mean, really hit constantly, like boom, boom, like a bobblehead, like Teofimo was getting hit. When have you ever seen that with Ryan? You never have.
Nasty word, coach. He said like Teofimo was getting hit.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. That's the truth, right? I mean, the dude was getting smacked. I mean, I like Teo, but he didn't have any game plan. He didn't have nothing. His father was like, I don't know what he was yelling. He sure weren't giving instructions,
Mm,
And I hope he wasn't drunk. I hope he wasn't.
yeah.
And that's low key. I'm not kidding you. I hope he wasn't, because man, that'd be stupid if he was, because everybody's talking about it. Even Andre Ward was saying, "Man, that's bad what he did." So you hear, a lot of people just came down on the dad, you know, and if he did what he did, then he should be out of that circle, because you're gonna hurt your kid more. Mentally, it takes a while to come back from that. I'm not kidding you. It takes a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely people are talking about that actually, like how is that comeback of Teofimo Lopez when he does come back, cuz he could be possible damaged goods. Some people say
Mhm.
nah, he didn't take that much damage.
Oh, come on, bro. He took damage, just like Devin Haney took damage. Okay, and I'm telling you, the father doesn't want Ryan, because I'm telling you, it would be worse. It would be worse. I'm not kidding you. But we got to follow the program. Whoever's next, do it or whatever. I mean, it's up to management, promoters, of course. And
Yeah, cuz he said he wants to come to 147 now.
good luck to you. Good luck, brother. Because That's a one heck of a weight class. I mean, it's like the whole world's there right now. It's like back in the day, Hearns, Hagler, Duran, Now, I tell you, history does repeat itself.
Mm.
Now, you got some good fighters in this weight class. I'm not kidding you. You know, 147 is no joke.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be careful. And the only one that I don't think can come down to 147 is Virgil Ortiz. He's the only one that can.
Mm.
But we all can move up to 154. Think about that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, it's sometimes hard to come down. I'm not going to lie. But if you can, just stay focused, you know, do some serious conditioning, and you'll get there. But if you can't and you think you're good, to move up a weight class, But if you got beat that bad, like Tio got beat so bad, um, why would you move up on weight? I mean, that's like what he did. I don't know if I told you this last interview, but remember I told you the worst thing a boxer can do is that when he loses, switching to southpaw.
Mm.
Remember I told you that? I think I know I told you. If you go back, I told you that. I said the worst thing a boxer can do when they're getting beat and they're losing the fight is to switch southpaw. And what did Tio do? Occasionally he tried to switch southpaw and was getting cracked even worse.
Worse.
Yeah. So why would a father allow something like that? I would have said, "Hey man, what are you doing? Why are you switching? You're getting beat. You're losing the fight." I mean, it just
Seems like he was lost in there. Seems like Tia was very lost in there. Lost, very lost in there. Mm-hmm.
that's what happened when I told you that a boxer will always be a puncher. What the Holyfield did to Tyson. I know I told you this, and I told you about the southpaw. So these are facts.
Mm-hmm.
These are facts.
Listen,
They're not theories.
on the co-main event, you guys have Richardson Hitchens and Oscar Duarte. I mean,
Yeah,
what's your prediction on that? You guys are very familiar with Duarte.
Georgia is a bad dude. I hope Hitchison isn't going to take him lightly. And Oscar's no joke. Oscar is no joke. He's a step above Pitbull when it comes to coming forward. He's no joke. And he's got power, and he doesn't care if he gets hit. Trust me, man. Just like Pitbull, they don't care, man. They'll keep coming forward. But Oscar's a little bit, I think, a little bit more, got a better IQ, boxing IQ. So he could do some damage to Hitchison. So he's got to be careful. That's my opinion. And, but again, they're both good, and I'm looking forward for that one.
Big
But
time.
Oscar is no joke. Oscar is no joke. He learned from Ryan. Trust me. He learned.
Mm.
He cannot take anybody lightly, and that was his mistake. Calling Ryan Queen Ryan and all that shit. And we heard that with Mario Barrios and them. That's a big mistake, man. Ryan keeps that in the back of his mind. You're gonna piss him off.
Devin Haney put on his story the other day that him and Shakur Stevenson will be one of the biggest fights in boxing. A lot
No,
of people. No.
no, it wouldn't be a big no, 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 no. It'd be like a chess match, you know. It wouldn't be. You gotta have one and the other. You gotta have like a Duarte and Hitchison. You're gonna have something like that. You gotta have something like that. You know,
Yeah.
that will be. That's what you gotta have when it comes to boxing, or else you're just gonna waste your money. You know,
Hmm. Do
that's the
you
truth.
do you feel like the Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson fight was entertaining? Was worth the $70?
It's was worth it when the press conference that was going on and all that. It was good. I mean, we liked it. I don't know why the dad was dancing and acting like a kid, but when the fight happened, you saw one sided. It's like the fans got robbed. But hey, um, man, I like the other guys that were fighting. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, didn't you see their other fights being entertained? I mean, they're entertaining, right?
Yeah. What was your thoughts on Shushu Carrington,
A
Shushu
bad
knocking
dude.
out? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad dude. That's nice. Brian likes him too.
Yes, I heard that. I heard that.
Brian
Um,
likes him, and even
Keyshawn
what
Davis.
Keyshawn Davis, who we knew in the amateur days. You know who would always beat Keyshawn? They would always rob him. You know who that was? Mark Castro. Mark
Mm,
Castro was up and coming, and I felt bad for Keyshawn, man, because I was there a couple of times, and it's like the reason why he lost because Mark Castro would throw like 100 punches, just nonstop. Some of them were effective, some of them weren't, but they were just on Keyshawn. But Keyshawn very smart. But there's some times where people would boo Mark Castro, and I like Mark Castro. But the thing is that Keyshawn, I could see it that his style was more pro style.
yeah.
He was more pro style in the amateurs. And Lord and behold, who's the one that rised up? You know what I mean? Keyshawn, you see Keyshawn more than Mark Castro right now, right? And there's a difference between who can make it from the amateurs to the pro.
Mm,
That's how you know. And when I saw Keyshawn, and I also saw Shakur, we saw Haney, Virgil Ortiz, we saw them all, you know, with us. We saw them all. And we knew that, hey, we were special because boxing is a cycle. It's just a cycle. And you're going to say that, hey, man, in a few more years, 5 more years, it's going to be us, Back then, we're saying it's going to be us. And that's exactly what it is right now. It's us.
what's your thoughts on Keyshawn Davis calling out Devin Haney after stopping Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round?
Well, I would like that one instead. I would
Key,
like that one instead. Yes.
Keyshawn and Devin Haney?
I would like that instead. Now that's a fight. Yes.
Talk to me.
Because, now you got somebody that is not only at your level, but the guy is going to come forward, just like Ryan. Ryan, what he did to Haney, you know? And these people are going to come, their boxing IQ is really good. See, and that's something that, it should happen. It should happen. That'd be an excellent fight. Now, that will be entertaining, and people will pay for that. People will pay for that,
Mm,
you know, more than Haney and Shakur. I know what, see, that other one is about money. This one is about a fight, a real fight. And that's the truth. That's my opinion, you know. And you could criticize me and whatever, or it doesn't matter. But that's what I see. Because I know the father, how he thinks and all that when it comes to, fighting, somebody is not gonna be not a power hitter, not what I mean? Come on. Doesn't that make sense? Why would the father pick Shakur.
Mm.
How many knockouts does Shakur have? You know what I mean? The dude ain't fooling no one. Come on, man.
I hear you.
Think
I
about that. Think about that. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't have a power hitter in front of you, shit, you're gonna love that fight. It's gonna go the distance. And in that case, may the best boxer win. But not gonna be fireworks. Ain't gonna get that. So that's why I say it's all about money with them two. But
Yeah.
you have a Keyshawn Davis and a Haney, now you're forced to fight. You know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, okay, let's make this happen. And
Yeah.
they all have the blueprint on Haney already.
Mm.
You can't be too shorter than him. Don't do that because he's got a good jab. He's got a good height, and he knows how to punch. But if you're tall like him or
Yeah.
taller, got a punch, he ain't gonna want you. There's no way.
Mm.
No way. It's not gonna happen.
Tell me
Trust me.
what rematch do you think Ryan wants more, the Haney rematch or the Rolly rematch?
Well, right now we would say the Haney because that's what people want.
Yeah.
Remember, in this world, you have to give people what they want. I don't want them to say, "Oh man, no, I don't want that. I don't want that." Even though they might buy it. But when people say Ryan Haney two, their eyes open, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody wants to see that one.
Yeah.
And I would go that direction. That will be a fight. Just don't bring me that stupid referee, Harvey Dock. Don't bring him around. Shit. That's just fucking wicked. Wicked. He's wicked, bro. You know he is. You know he is, bro. I can't wait to see him, man. I tell you, I gotta be very calm when I see him. Cause I might be disrespectful. I don't want to be, but my heart says different.
He says my heart that feels different.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man,
not being hard. Now you mentioned something. I don't mean to go off track, but you mentioned something about the um the interview with Joe and Mario Lopez and that Chinaman.
yeah.
The one that never liked us. He never liked us. What's his
Oh,
name?
okay. So I don't know the Asian guy's name.
Yeah, but I don't. He don't like me. I don't like him. It's okay. It don't matter. But he's never been. He never liked Brian. He likes Joe Goose. Trust me. Trust me. He likes him. And I don't give a shit because I don't like him.
Mm.
But we're gonna put Mario and Joe Goosen in their place on this one.
Energy, energy.
Trust me. I say that.
Your prediction on the fight?
Knockout. Brian's gonna win. Again, unless you have a cannon, good luck, brother. You have a cannon, okay. You don't have a cannon, you're gonna be hit by one.
Mm.
That's the truth.
Do you
You know?
feel like Mario Barrios was coming out of his character a little bit in the press conference
Yeah, he had to. He had to.
to sell the
He had
fight?
to. Yeah, he had to. Yeah, I mean, but Mario knows Ryan. Come on, man. Oh, Mario knows Ryan. Come on. You know what I mean? It's all I gotta say.
No, man.
But
I appreciate it.
you know what I mean? I just still trying to think about that Asian guy. But oh well, it don't matter, man. It's
Yo, yo, Henry,
something
you
Kim,
funny, man.
something Kim. I don't know. I forget it, but I don't know why he just doesn't like us, man. Mario don't like us too, but I can care less, man. These people, I don't know, whatever, man. Bottom line is that you're always gonna get people that hate and they like. You can't stop the world, brother. You can only say, hey, man, you know, good luck in your life. You know, we'll do what we have to do. in our
Right.
line. But we're here to fight, man. I'll tell you that right now. We are here to fight.
That's what I want to hear.
Guaranteed. We're here.
Freddie,
We're not here to be your friend. We're not here to do nothing. We're here to fight.
Freddie, thank you for the two piece. How to beat Shakur? What is a good way to fight him?
Well, you got to have a good jab yourself, and you got to come forward, and you got to slip those jabs. You got to make it into a fight. You can't just go in and out just because you got hit. You know, you got to be like a Durant. You got to be like a damn. You got to be a Julio Cesar Chavez Senior or a Durant. You know, or even a Sugar Ray Leonard, where it's like you're just as sharp. You know, I mean, you got to be like that. A Hagler. You know, you cannot let that happen. If you're not that way, don't even fight him. He's got the blueprint already. He's just gonna out jab you and just wait for you. But if you ain't got a good body shot or anything like that, forget it, dude. Don't even try.
Don't even try.
Don't even try. Bro, he gonna stop you in your tracks. You know, and again, I like Teal. I'm not kidding. I like him definitely more than his dad. Dad, he's gotten weird lately. He gotten weird lately, and I feel sorry for Tio now because I hope his dad is not drinking. I know he's embarrassed, and I don't know when he did that video, but he did a video, and I saw it yesterday. I think criticizing Ryan and this and that. I said, man, you know, this before or after his son got beat up. You know, I wasn't too sure, but there's a video that he's criticizing Ryan.
Mm.
There is. It's kind of weird. It's like, why would you criticize my son after your son got beat up so bad? Like, bro, come on, wake up. It's weird out there, man. It's weird.
It gets weird out there.
Yeah, it does, man. I mean, it's a lonely world out there because it's a small world when it comes to boxing, but people can get so weird, man, when you know you're in the spotlight. You're like, you don't have to be. Just take care of your kid, do your job, and get out, right? And that's it.
And that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote, brother. Let's
That's all
go.
she that's all she
All
wrote.
she wrote.
Um I'm just gonna get into one of these comments in the
Uh,
comments. Salute to
Yeah,
everybody in the live. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in as well. We got the one and only Henry Garcia in the building. One of the questions, Adam, the
yeah.
bad man. How is Sean doing?
Sean doing good, man. You know, thank you for asking. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Sean is okay, man. You know, he's been overshadowed with Ryan so many years that he took a break, you know, because I'm telling you, man, boxing is all about support.
Hmm.
And you have to have that. If you're not ready, don't do it. There's only certain people, you know, that are that are meant to go up there in that ring. Certain amount of people. The other one would just get beat up. But there's some that will stay there. Those are the ones that you know they're meant to box. If you're not, if you're not at that level at that moment, then hey, if you're young enough, step back, give yourself a year or two, and then see what happens. You know what I mean? Give yourself that, and that's what he's done. But he's doing very well, and I'm happy. So thank you. Tell the guy thank you. Or I'm telling you thank you.
Rock, thank you for the two piece. Can Ryan make Devin crap himself again?
Ryan will honestly knock him out completely. That's the truth. And I'm not saying it in a mean way. I'm just saying that now that Ryan's mind, body, and soul is 100%. It's very hard to not deal with Ryan's punches. It's gonna be. They're coming, you know, and they're coming with some fierce, you know, and that's the truth. That's the truth. I see it. I see it in sparring. I see it in the and the workouts. I'm like, wow, it's something that I'm glad that I'm seeing. And now that his body, you know what he told me yesterday? He said, Dad, you know what? He was looking in the mirror. He goes, Dad, this is where my body needs to be. He goes, look at this is it. He goes, now look what you're seeing. This is where I need to be. I said, Ryan, you know what you just said right now? I said, you're saying that now you're a complete boxer. You got it all. You got the talent, you got the skill, you got the height, and now you got your body fit completely. I'm telling you, man, he discovered that yesterday, that he wants to be like that from now on, moving forward.
That's
So
great.
it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great.
Would you say that this
But
is the best training camp you've seen him in, or what?
absolutely, hands down, hands down. I like the Eddie Reynoso one when he first joined Eddie Reynoso.
Mm-hmm.
I, I did like that one. That one was classic. That was with him and Sean. That was classic. We was right by the beach. That was a
Mm.
classic one. Okay, that one was perfect. But this one, the strength and conditioning took Brian to another level, and that's why to me it's better. This one, this one it's just it really puts everything in perspective. So it makes him a very complete fighter.
I love it.
And if any of your followers ask a question, let me know. I'll answer them real quick.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. I'm gonna
'Cause
start reading some of them now. What were you saying?
yeah. No, I was just saying because I have time to answer, but tell them that it is going to be a good fight. You know, and I hope they're ready because we're ready. And I'm being fair to say that. I'm being fair to say that in a fair way. And I know, knowing Joe, knowing that I know Joe, he is going to have his fighter ready, but, we're already ready. There's a big difference. We're already ready.
I love it.
There, there's the difference.
Some people are saying Ryan in 9. Um, Another question here. Would you ever consider working with Eddie Reynoso again?
I love Eddie Reynoso. He's awesome. He's awesome. Yeah, I mean, but right now he's still with Canelo, and I don't think it would be fair. And that's one of the reasons why you know things, you know, went each other's direction. But
Yeah.
Eddie's cool. Eddie's cool. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But right now, again, it's my time, and I want to keep it that way.
I like that. Say it one more time. Say it one more time, Henry.
It's my time, and I want to keep it that way.
Okay, okay, I love it. Yeah, do you feel like this is that time to for people to show you the recognition that you deserve, of how you develop Ryan?
Yes, absolutely, man. This is going to be exciting because I know my son. I know what he's capable of doing. I mean, come on. I've been doing this since he was 7 years old. 7 years old. Me. Have I stopped? Have I stopped? I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped. And we're talking 2 decades. Most fathers will stop and say, oh man, forget it. Too much. I haven't stopped. You don't think I'm happy?
Mm. New
Fun.
Freddie, thank you for the two-piece. Can Ryan beat Shakur, and how hard will that be?
Well, here's the thing, okay? Um, and this is the God honest truth. And I'm not just saying this, but I told you we fought Shakur in the amateurs. Okay. And I also want to clarify something about Raymond Moradia, too. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to, what's his name? The
Robert
reporter.
Garcia.
No, not him. I'll talk to him too, but I'm talking about the guy that's married to Sinisa. What's his name? Um, Mannix, Chris Mannix. I'm gonna talk to him because I gotta clarify something. But let me get back to the Shakur thing, okay? We fought Shakur in the amateurs. Ryan was barely made the age. limit.
The bracket.
I think it was, yeah, 16 going on 17. Ryan was 16 going on 17. And Shakur was already like up there, 2 years older than Ryan. But in boxing, you can allow that, you know, as long as it's within 2 years or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
when we fought him, we didn't know Shakur at the time, and of course they didn't know us. You know, remember it's just amateur. But I told Ryan, "Hey Ryan, I want you to use your jab on this one, um, because when I was working out with Ryan, I said, Ryan, your jab is on point. It's beautiful. Let's use it. Let's go in there like with this." I'm telling you right now, we had him easily in the first round, easily. And they gave us a scorecard in the first after the first round, and they put 4-4 up. We're like, what the heck? 4-4. When did he ever hit us? Later, I found out that they were grooming him for the Olympics already. And there's no way you're going to beat Shakur at that time. But again, you have to be at his level. You have to be taller than him. And you have to have the same skill and firepower. Not like in and out. You got to just say, man, about Keyshawn Davis against Shakur. That would be a good fight. You know, you got to make this guy fight. You have to. It's a must. It's a must. You have to. But you got to have a good boxing IQ too, and you got to have the height. You have to. You have to have the height.
Now you was
Just like with Devin,
my bad. Go ahead.
just like with Devin Haney. But let me go back to Raymond Moratia. 'Cause Raymond Moratia, I like him. I like his dad. But if you notice that they made a statement that when he was fighting that guy Cruz,
Andy Cruz.
remember Andy Cruz? Andy Cruz, yeah. So they made a statement that he beat Ryan 3 times in the amateurs.
Mm.
I kind of laughed when they said that. Here's the real story. Okay, when he fought Ryan, he fought him at 8 or 9 years old. I mean, I'll even say 10 if you want, but I don't think so. But he fought him when they were kids. You know how a 9 year old looks like, right? Come on, bro. You don't even. I mean, there's no way. And they're only 1 minute rounds. 1 minute, not three, not one and a half. 1 minute. Okay, so it's like you hit me, I hit you. I mean, it's that kind of stuff. And on one of the fights, I'm being honest, we beat Raymond. Okay, but one of the judges was kind of weird. He liked he liked my wife more than he liked me. That's the truth. So he didn't like me, so he liked Raymond. So of course he's gonna vote for him. But anyways, the good news is that the chief official saw that. She noticed that. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she noticed it. And after the fight, I looked at her. I said, "Don't you think my son won this?" And she goes, "Henry, give me your book." She got my book and she crossed it out and she said, "You won the fight." And a chief official can only do that. And she did that. So in my eyes, it's 2-1. And I hope, I clarified it, but I don't like the fact when somebody says, "Oh, we beat Ryan," when they were like kids. Come on, bro. You know, they barely, they barely have skin on themselves. And you're gonna brag about that? Come on, I
Mm.
wouldn't do that. I could say, "Hey, man, we beat them as kids." But now, if you say, "Well, did Ryan beat Devin?" Yes. Did Devin beat Ryan? Yes. Did Devin beat Virgil Ortiz? Yes. And they were older. You know what I mean? Now you're talking. Now you're talking 3 minutes. You see the difference? How can you compare 1 minute? You know what I mean? That's kind of embarrassing, bro. So if you're gonna brag about that, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. Say, "Hey, we won, but we were young." I would respect you guys more. So when I'm gonna see Chris Maddox in about a week or two, definitely, and I'm gonna say, "Come here, let me talk to you," and then you need to correct this because I don't like that. You don't put shade on my son if you don't know the facts. Remember, when somebody speaks, you have to have both sides, both stories, right?
Right.
You can't just have one side. He took it as if, wow, he beat Ryan Garcia. Oh, wait a minute. Can you call me first and say, is that true? Do you see that on the internet?
Mm.
Like you did with Devin and Ryan or Burge Ortiz and Ryan? You didn't see it. They were kids. We didn't even have cameras back then. I mean, come on, bro. You know, it's sickening when people go like that, but they want clout. You
Mm.
know. Although I'm telling you, I like the father and I like the son. And that's the truth. I used to have dinner with them. I'm not kidding you. I like them, but don't do that. Don't be like that. It's not right. I wouldn't do that. Shit, you beat my son. Hey, more power to you, man. But fuck, you beat him when he was 9 years old. Give me a break. Fucking still riding skateboards, or back then they didn't even have skateboards. I mean, come on, bro. We're still riding bicycles. It's like, come on, sickening. But
Uh,
it is what it is.
Shout out to the chat. Smash the like button. We got Henry Garcia in the building. I've been staying eyes on the chat because we have the Nick Ball
And
fight. It seems like it just finished against Brandon Figueroa for a title, and I've been looking at the chat. Henry,
and
and everyone was telling me, "Yo, listen, um, Nick Ball's winning. Nick Ball's winning." And I guess the 12th round, it seems to me,
wow,
my boy Freddie, thank you for the two-piece. Figueroa just knocked Nick Ball out
damn.
in the
Yeah, that's hey, bro. That's no joke right there, bro.
They
That
were
guy
saying
is
he was
good.
losing like crazy. And
Well,
shout out to Manny Robles. You know what I mean? Brandon Figueroa is his trainer.
yeah,
Manny Robles is the best trainer. He keeps the upsets.
yeah. Well, that's
Salute to
good,
Freddie.
man. I like Manny Robles. He's a warrior. He won't stop, and that's great. You need somebody like that. Um, but the fighter's got to be in there, and he's got to understand that as well. And Figueroa is no joke, man. Just like Fundora, same thing, bro. These guys are no joke, right? I mean, they're no joke. They love it, man. I'm
Shout
glad.
out. Shout out to Brandon Figueroa. He's had his ups and downs, huh?
Yeah, he sure has. Man,
The
I'm telling you, man.
heartbreaker.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, man. Those play a big role on you towards the end of your career. You gotta be careful, man. It's just your wear and tear, right? I mean, come on. Wear and tear on your body can hurt you. And look what happened to Brandon Reels. Wear and tear. Look where he's at right now. I mean, come on, that's a perfect prime example. And no offense, given, I don't like to do that, but speaking of wars, those dudes go into war and look what happens to them. I mean, you know what the art of boxing is. Everybody should know that. If not, hey, good luck, man. But if I see my son, if I see my son getting his butt kicked and constantly getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit, I'll stop it. I'm talking
Yes.
about if he gets hit to a point where, man, there's no chance of coming back.
You
You
can't play
know,
boxing, that's right.
you can't, bro. I mean, you got this one life. I know it's good and I know it's entertaining, but the one that suffers is the one that's getting hit too much. And it's just a downfall after that. It's just you see people see the boxer as a normal person. The boxer is not a normal person. He's a
Hmm.
gladiator. He's a gladiator.
That part.
Okay, that's the truth. And either you win or you lose, right? But sometimes it gets worse than that. The aftermath, what it does, and they don't show you that part. But when you're getting hit and getting hit and getting hit, I'm telling you, it's really, it goes really bad for you. Look at Meldrick Taylor. You know, I mean, these are things people don't realize what goes on in this world of boxing. I'm telling you, man, it's no joke. It's something you got to take serious and put your pride aside and protect your fighter. Because, when he's injured and he's injured for years to come, I guarantee you the trainer's not going to be there for him. He's not. He might go visit him, but he won't be there. He won't be there. There's no way. Is that
No.
those things don't happen. They only happen inside the ring and during training camp. After that, they're gone. Honestly, that's the truth. So somebody that's getting beat up, and I'm telling this to the parents, I'm telling this to the trainers, that if you got a boxer that's getting hit more than expected,
Hmm.
get him out while you can. Take him. Tell him this isn't for you.
Listen,
Teach him to be a
now that we're talking about the coaching and stuff like that,
yeah,
Ryan left Derek James, so you can have you as
yeah.
a full-time trainer. But we see that Brian Norman Jr., loses to Devin Haney and, fires his dad as the head role, and his thoughts of putting Derek James as, the head trainer. I mean, last time I talked to you, you said, listen, man, the guy has a losing record, and that's why we had to make these changes. But what do you think about the Norman team changing and adding Derrick James as the lead?
You know, look at that's something I don't know their history, but I'm telling you this right now. That other guy that's going to be fighting under Ryan's main card.
Hmm.
What's the one that fought? The one that fought Tank. He got beat. What was his name? One that was with Derek James. What's his name?
Frank Martin.
Yeah, perfect. Frank Martin. Frank Martin is awesome fighter, man. That dude's no joke either. You know, and he lost. And I think Frank Martin has more potential. I'm not kidding you than Junior. So I don't think that's a smart match. But you know what? Hey, man, more power to you. And good luck. But I don't. Again, it's hard to say because I don't know the history of the father son. I don't know that. How long have they been together?
The
I,
whole time, the whole career,
really? Well,
got him into a title to become world champion
okay. Well, then,
and knockout of the
well,
year.
okay, perfect. Well, then, if that was the case, shouldn't you give your dad a second chance? I mean, shouldn't
Mm.
you do that? Oh, I mean, your dad sacrificed so many years, so many hours, and dedicated himself and made numerous sacrifices. Wouldn't you think, hey, let me give my dad a second chance here? He deserves it. But if you're on a losing streak and you've lost already two or three times, I know he won against that girl,
Yeah, Baumgartner, Alicia, Alicia, Alicia Baumgartner.
huh?
Yeah, Alicia Baumgartner.
Yeah, you know her. Yeah, okay. But she's already made. That's an easy one. Okay, but Frank Martin, Derek James was training him really good. I was there. I was there. And it was good to watch. But I think he should reconsider and say, hey man, let me talk to my dad and see what happened. I mean, something happened. But again, did Junior have? Um, I mean, who besides Devin Haney did he fight? That was credible. Think about that. You could have a good record, and my understanding is that he doesn't have that much power. He does have power, like you said, knockout of the year, whatever. But aside from that, how many other knockouts did he have?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Think about it.
No, he
You
got
know,
knockouts. He got knockouts.
how
He
many
got a good amount of knockouts.
he does?
Yeah, I could find it.
Yeah, but against who?
Oh yeah, I could see what you're saying. I mean,
You see what I'm saying? These are things that a trainer needs to see. The father needs to see. Because I'll tell you this, but you know who saw and who took the fight, and you know why? Guess.
who?
El Haney.
Mm.
He took that fight. Isn't Junior smaller than Haney?
A little, yeah,
Okay,
in
right?
height.
Okay, so
I mean,
they're
Junior
doing
got
very right there.
29 fights and 78% KO ratio.
Okay, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, remember
The dad
stopping
probably,
Giovanni Santalin in the 10th round, a guy that
yeah,
murderized and had a nice KO against what's the guy's name, Alex Rocha,
yeah.
but
Who?
Giovanni Santalin knocks out Alex Rocha, and then Brian Norman Jr. knocks out Giovanni Santalin in the 10th round.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome. And then I'm telling you, that guy, the one you mentioned, Giovanni, he sparred Ryan, and it got ugly.
Oh yeah, y'all,
It got
it got nasty in there.
Oh my God, it got nasty, bro.
Mm,
Because he couldn't hit Ryan, and he was pissed. Next, you know, man, they're wrestling and fighting on the canvas.
mm. Oh really?
Ryan frustrated the shit out of him.
You guys were
I
wrestling,
mean,
and you guys were wrestling in the oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah, that's a true story, bro. True story. It was ugly, man. I was like, what the heck? I had to jump in there and look, man, what the hell's going on here?
You want to check out the knockout reel from Brandon Figueroa?
Yeah, let me check it out, bro.
Ooh,
Oh, shit.
yeah, he was throwing a shot.
Lights out, bro.
It ain't
Lights
done.
out.
It ain't done yet. He might have. He
No?
might. He don't look. He's not there. He's not there. But he
Oh.
wants to finish the fight. He's not there though.
No, see, the legs were wobbly. See, that's not right, man. The legs were wobbly.
Well, he
And
went
look,
straight
he's
to
just
retreat
covering up.
mode.
See, but let me. That's a perfect example right there. That's a perfect example. Why would you say yes and all you're doing is putting your hands up? Why? Why think about it? Why would you say that? Why would
Mm.
you let your fighter go out if he's saying yes, knowing that he wobbled in front of you, and now, of course, the guy's gonna come full force, and all you gotta do is
I
put your
guess.
hands
I
up?
guess
What?
Henry. He was winning the fight. I guess if he could have stood up, he probably would have won. It was only 30. It was only 32
Okay.
seconds left into the fight.
Oh my God. Maybe that's what it
You
was.
feel me?
Okay. All right. Well, I do, man. I do. And you know what? More power to him. But when you get hit like that and you wobble in front of the referee, it's hard to come back from that because you're dazed, and it takes like, I'm not kidding, it takes like 30, 40 seconds to get back to yourself. And that's if you get back to yourself.
Yeah. Shout out to the Heartbreak
So,
Kid, man.
I mean, that's awesome, man. But oh well. But getting back to Junior, man, he should have he should have given his father a second chance. He deserved that. But then again, emotions fly. When you lose a title shot, and you're getting up there, and then something happened, and your dad. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the history. I feel bad, but I think he should have given his father a second chance. I
Yeah.
think so. He deserved it. He deserved it. I mean, for those many years, gee. That's when you can say, "Hey, son, let's get back to the drawing board." Something like that, something like that. But it's if it doesn't work that way, then it just doesn't. But
I hear you. I
um,
hear you.
so but yeah, man, just you know, um, that's the way it is, man. I mean, you win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah, you can't win them all.
Huh?
Can't win them all.
Yeah, you can't win them all. Just but um, I'm excited, man. We're only about what
2 weeks.
uh
2 weeks.
just 2 weeks away, right? I mean, because we're gonna be leaving.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Smash that like button. Double tap the screen if you on mobile devices, though. Shout out to Brandon Figueroa, the Heartbreak Kid. And salute to everybody on the live. We back.
Yeah. We're gonna be leaving Friday, so it's gonna be interesting.
Any good sparring?
Yeah, we got very good sparring. We got good sparring. Um, some
Notable
interesting.
names? Some
Some
notable names or no?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't want to say that because there's something kind of weird that just raised an eyebrow. But it's like, but it's okay. I can't figure it out yet, but I will. It's like what, But no, the sparring itself was good, man. It's good, But you know, again, boxing is a small world. You gotta be careful, and just it is what it is. But who cares? Just as long as you have good sparring and safe sparring, safe. The sparring's got to be safe,
Yeah.
And lately we've been having good, safe sparring. I'm not kidding you. We have, you know, we
And
have.
y'all
But
haven't turned up the sparring for Mario Barrios. You know he's a Aztec warrior. You know he ready to go to war.
bro, of course. But like I said, I'm not
We can't
at
be doing
liberty
this
to say.
lollipop sparring. We need that hardcore sparring, you know?
Oh, bro, there ain't no lollipop player, bro. Heck no, bro. This
Heck
is this
no.
is some good sparring, and we're happy. We're happy that we have good sparring. We've been fortunate, you know. We have, we have fortunate,
Mm,
fortunate,
I love it.
So that's the truth. That's it. We need the good sparring, because like I say, Mario Barrios is the Aztec warrior, but you know. Ryan has the Apache in him too.
Okay, okay.
No, I'm
Uh,
serious, bro. I'm serious, bro. He might have the Aztec, but we got the Apache, brother. I'm serious. You think I'm joking?
nah.
Bro, my wife's uh, family goes way back. New Mexico, Apache style. So he got some Apache in him too. That's the truth. Ask him. That's right. Text him or DM him. That your dad said that you got some Apache in you. He's gonna say, so
Word up.
yeah.
Well, Henry, let everybody
Hey,
know where they
bro.
can find you on social media. Let everybody know what's going on with the flex bag
Hey,
before we head
yeah.
out.
At Pro Coach Henry, I'll give you some insights. You could DM me. I'll give you some tips on what to expect. When you turn pro. Ask me all kinds of questions, and I'll give you a good feedback. I guarantee. Because I want you to be safe out there. I don't want you to trust your coach too much if you know he doesn't have a background. So just DM me and but follow me first, of course, because I think that's the only way it's gonna come through. But then I will give you some good tips on what you should do with your fighter, with your son, and You gotta get one of our Fierce Reflex bags. Get that at www.fiercereflex.com. And there you have it.
Love it, man. Love it. Stay blessed, man. Can't wait to see the progress, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, brother. It's always a pleasure.
Always,
Take care.
brother. Always.
All right, brother.
Stay
Thank you.
blessed. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Um, yes, I gotta watch this Nick Ball and Figueroa fight incomplete. I have to, and then that way we can get back on, chop it up. But salute to Brandon Figueroa for that 12th round KO, man. You definitely did it, man. Once again, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back.